The mic's on.
Hello.
Hey, look at that. All right.
Hello.
Hello.
It'll go live here in a second.
Good morning. Good morning.
So our yeah, you're saying this even though we're streaming, it's like a home game. That's because I don't know how to do it any other way. This is just I've been doing.
I love that.
As an online, like playing online, has been the way I've been able to game pretty much since my middle kid was born, because I just got too busy to ever do a face-to-face thing. So my home games have always been online things, and I don't record them to stream as much as I am recording them to go back later and say, what the fuck were we doing?
Yeah.
You know,
I feel that.
Yeah.
It's a memory boost more than it is anything else. So for whatever vibe that is, I am here for it. It works out pretty well for the solo thing that I'm doing too. The Iron Sworn and the I started a Starforge game. Actually playing it this week, and I began with a crit fail. First roll of the game. The first session began and ended with a crit fail. Like
I don't know how that is. Not at all.
Really?
Like when Mitzi was like,
all the time.
Yeah. Shut up.
What, Mitzi, like every day?
I mean, you can fail. See, the thing is that I will say that Ironsworn provides dice mechanically that Powered by the Apocalypse doesn't really have. I guess if you rolled Snake Eyes or something like that, you could kind of go that way. But you're rolling against yourself. You've got like a couple dice that sit up here, and you've got to roll higher than them. If you don't roll higher than both of them, than either of them, rather, it's a fail. And that's kind of where the failure state in Powered by the Apocalypse games lives. But if you lose to both of the challenge dice and their matches, they're a pair, you are
fucked.
I was double fucked.
Living in interesting times.
Oreo double fucked. Which is absolutely not what Sean Tompkins. It's obviously not what Sean Tompkins.
Writing that down right now.
Sean Tompkins is a very nice guy. As my family would say, wouldn't say shit if his mouth was full of it, and is a very nice person. Generally speaking, guards his language very well, and would definitely not call it that. But it's absolutely what it should be called and I started out with, not only losing, but losing to a match and then finishing the session that way too. So I hope, to bring it back to this game, I hope that my dice luck does not carry over to all y'all. Since we have stuff. Too late. Maybe you gave it to me, huh?
Well, I mean, I got all my bad dice luck out fighting a bunch of vampires in Curse of Strahd on Friday.
So.
Fun.
My
Were you fighting the wives?
We weren't supposed to fight the wives, but my artificer decided that he wanted to set something on fire, and one of the wives happened to be in the building, and she got mad and came and fought us.
Is your artificer me in junior high school?
No, my artificer is. I mean,
we're veering dangerously close to tell me about your guy for a different game.
Yeah, let's just move on.
That is true.
That's
where I was.
But anyway, all my bad dice luck is gone because I went from 90 hit points to 5. So I'm good. All my bad dice luck is out.
Before I say,
all my dice are gone.
Before I say when we last left our heroes and do it myself, I will say this: we have the recap page move, and we have a few people with conditions. I should have said this earlier, but I managed to kill my phone on a bike ride, so I didn't. It was all dead, and I couldn't message you guys. But
I really lucked out.
I also need to tell you
conditions.
I also need to tell you what I've chosen for my because I had a fifth potential. Is it cheesy at this stage to not pick a power and just adjust labels and add one? Is that an acceptable thing?
I think Mitzi did that already. Yeah.
Yeah, for my first one.
I believe that's what I want to do.
That is totally fine. It doesn't have to be a new
Mitzi's like, I'm tired of rolling with negatives.
And you know what? I still do nonetheless. So it's
there's a secret. There's a secret sauce to that. You can look around. Not every single playbook has the same options for that. Obviously, like the Doomed doesn't really have moves, for example. So picking up moves only ever end up being. But one of the interesting things that I found, kind of by accident, is that the Protege gets more stat bumps than anybody else.
Huh. That makes sense.
Yeah, they're definitely training up to be the boss guy. So there's you gotta have to kind of get in your mentor's face to get all of them, but that also tracks for the protege, so that kind of works. Anyway, for a couple of you have conditions. You don't have to, but if anybody wants to, you could do the previously on front page of the comic here and clear one of those conditions before we get into the Monkeyshines.
Who has the most?
Somebody has 2. I feel like Caleb has 2.
I have 2.
But that you may not want to do a recap. It's totally fine. Does Mitzi have 1?
I mean,
I have 1.
Does Mitzi have 1? Who am I talking to?
Look,
Sean, do you have
game, I
any?
did not.
I don't actually.
I don't think
well.
I don't think Perry and Birthright have 1 right now.
I think Perry's hopeless. Am I wrong about that?
Is Perry hopeless? Conceptually?
Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, you're right.
Which mic I'm
Conceptually?
Conceptually, yes. Yes, on a meta level.
He has the hopeless condition. Yes. But if you guys, if nobody's going, oh yeah, let me sum this thing up.
I mean, I can if Andrew doesn't want.
I mean, I'm down. I don't know.
Do it.
If I'm going to do it correct, like, I'm not sure I'm going to give accurate information, but I'll do my best.
I mean, like,
no, but that's the best part.
Like,
yeah, exactly. You're the unreliable narrator. So
fantastic. So I'm going to be in character for this because why not?
Yes,
that makes it better.
Exactly right. So give me just a second. So
I feel like we need to get a camera for Will.
So we went to the burger joint. Perry got me a mound of fries the size of Mount Everest, and it was great. We got to the tower, and they kept asking what our name was. I wasn't really paying attention because I was eating, and they kept asking about TBD, and I don't know who TBD is, but we parked. I guess Wrecker and Silas have a thing from the past, but like whatever, that's his business. He'll tell me if he wants. We get up and you should have seen this spread. Holy cow, they had so much food. I made tacos, I made chili cheese fries. Guys, I don't think you understand. How much money do these people have? Because all I did was eat food. Guys, I don't remember any of this. We just ate and ate and ate. And then I talked to this dude who was clearly drunk, but he seemed to know a lot about deep sea creatures, so we talked. And then I summoned a kraken, and then we went to go back inside, and now there are monkeys attacking 2 of their flying members, and I really don't like that. I'm not a fan. That's my recap. You're welcome.
Fantastic. Nailed it.
Emotionally speaking, anytime that we involve Andrew, no, I'm sorry. Emotionally speaking, anytime that we involve Caleb in any of these shenanigans, somebody should be calling Child Protective Services because clearly mentally he is a 3-year-old. That is exactly how my daughter used to retell everything that happened. She could tell you every single detail about everything for an entire day and miss everything important until the end. Oh, and we're being attacked.
I told you this might not be accurate, but it was fun.
It's like your only recording of a wedding is a GoPro strapped to the chest of a 4-year-old. Like that's all the video you get.
Is amazing.
Hey,
I love it though.
It was the important things.
No,
okay.
I have no beef. So Caleb.
And they had tacos. And
Yeah.
they had...
clearer condition. Clearer condition.
I was just saying,
shift
Perry
one-
had a harrowing vision. There was that too.
Oh, Perry had okay. Yeah, he had a herring.
Oh man, I had a rough day. Is
I'm
what
gonna
I
be
had.
honest, I didn't even remember that.
Yep, you had a rough day. Well, he wouldn't have. You personally wouldn't have remembered that.
Yeah.
Although for
Well,
the
that reminds me, I've been
as you're
meaning to-
narrating, the panels drawn in are all kind of like from your. But it's almost. This may be dating myself, but the Buffy episode, the Zeppo.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the concept of the Zeppo episode? It's the episode where the secondary character, like, you get a sense that there's an A plot that's happening, but you don't get to see it because you just get to see how the C plot is happening for the entire show. It's the Rosencrantz and Guild. Yeah, it's like Buffy the Vampire
Exactly what I
Slayer
was gonna say,
as
yeah.
told by Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Yeah.
Yep.
And it's kind of like that for this. Like, we're all focused in on what's going on with Caleb, but in the background, we can see like a little like low detail version of Perry who's like going like this, and there's exclamation points over his head in kind of like in a spray, and Vigil gesturing at him. But that's all that. It's back
I
there.
see that as drawn by whoever did Tintin in English or
Okay.
Tintin. That's the style that I see that in.
Stuff happening in the background that was actually the stuff that we all remember, but yeah, not that. Okay, so Revenant, go ahead and clear condition, and shift one of your labels up and one of your labels down, however you see fit. So we find ourselves near here at the top of Exemplar Tower. I think I explained it as, I'm sure that there's a phrase for it, but that thing that packs of prey birds will do with predator birds, where they're sort of swarming and diving and swooping around larger birds to drive them off, or to, basically harass and harry them, and almost makes you feel bad for them. We've got that kind of situation going on. In fact, let's...
I'm curious which of my little dudes fit your image of that, if any.
Sean, you're going to want to hop into Drill 20, I think.
I'm jumping in there right now.
There we go. All right, loading in a different page. Let's try this from... Can I just say, I flippin' love Google Earth. When you need a street scene and you need it to
Holy
basically work, you can find the thing. This, incidentally, I can't remember. I feel like, Mo, you had a guess as to where this building is. This is
This
actually...
looks like it's Miami.
Oh, stole it out of Chicago, straight off Chicago.
Oh.
In fact,
Sweet home,
if you take Chicago and rotate it, you can make a completely different ocean, like water line on the thing. But yeah, this is out by the docks in Chicago.
No, the other one looked like more like Miami.
Yeah.
I mean,
It had, like,
technically,
the
didn't they
weird
take
stuff.
Chicago and rotate it when they
Docks.
reversed the flow of the?
But then again, I grew
never
up in
mind.
that area. So
These
it's
two
like-
shots are literally the same location. I just rotated the camera on Google
Oh,
Earth.
neat.
Yeah, isn't that neat?
I have no idea what
That's
Chicago
so
looks
cool.
like, so.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure that building is something else entirely, but to me, it looks like the kind of goofy building that superheroes would have, where you've got like Quinjets that can launch out of all three of the arms and all this other kind of stuff. So, looks like a superhero.
I will
building.
make sure to
Yeah.
remember that when I run a superhero game next time.
Yeah, Chicago. It's got a good water line,
Yeah.
because you want
It
water.
really does. Yeah.
You just turn it and kind of turn the point of view so that like north is east and stuff like that, and you get totally unrecognizable. Anyway, so we've got this pretty big. If you want to zoom in to see where everybody is, we're not going to worry about moving counter so much, but if you have it out at full view, you can see off in the distance we've got our Blackbird, we've got our Sigrun here. Let me get the swarm a little bit more swarmy. Hang on.
Oh no.
Oh,
There's a lot more of those than I thought there were. Oh no.
it was like 4. Like, that's not. Oh no. 40. That's closer. Got it.
Yeah, each one of these represents a dozen. No, I'm kidding. There's a lot. There's many.
Joyce, chill out.
Just I want to
There's
make
too
sure.
many slices.
slices.
You guys realize that I'm going to make that video now this week. I'm
Good.
gonna find that audio. That's
You
good.
just need to zoom in on that one part. It's good.
Slices.
There you go. So that is a thing that's happening. You know what I love about? I will say, I know that Mo probably quite justifiably not a huge fan of Roll20. But one thing I do like is this. You can drag in the map area and select everything and just move everybody.
Yes, that is nice.
That's darn handy.
I will admit. I will admit that is nice.
I don't use it for map stuff, like D&D map stuff. I know people that do. It's just, I don't have a need for it. Anyway, those guys are approaching. They're not making really good time. The situation is something that I'm actually going to leave for somebody to do and assess the situation, actually. So you can kind of figure out what's going on over there. If you want to zoom in, and I'm going to do this for those playing along at home and also myself. If you zoom in on the building, I kind of have Perry and Caleb and Perry and Birthright and Clarity are kind of back near the core building, like back sort of towards the entrance. Vigil was back there, and Oya, Silverstreak, Wrecker. Out towards the edge, you've got Caleb and Nautilus, because they were faffing about with, yeah, they were further out, sort of at the edge, and faffing about with the large Kraken structure for a bit, and then just kind of hanging out there because Nautilus didn't feel like moving around much. So that's kind of the situation there.
Oh Lord.
There. Oh Lord. Yeah. Anyway, since Caleb's kind of out there near the edge, Revenant, what you doing? There's a lot. There's many.
Yeah. So I had dark visions to see all of that thing happening there in the back.
Yep.
So I know that's what's going on. I know they're attacking those two. I know those two. I don't know their names, but I know they're heroes.
Yep.
That belong to this group. Because this is the plan, and this might turn out very poorly, but it's going to be fun.
To scale, they are not like as close as this probably at this point, since he sort of saw this through the vision. So it's there's specs for most people. Certainly, the stuff that was going on with the exemplars twigged you guys to realize there was something going on. You can spot it, but just letting you know, Caleb.
Okay.
I have to. Revenant, what do your elf eyes see?
What do your doomed eyes see? Go ahead.
I'm gonna actually get like kind of solemn at this point and be like, Perry, Birthright, Clarity, I need you all here now.
Ooh.
All right, so I guess we run out on the deck.
Okay.
I think because
Sorry, I'm sorry,
Birthright
I'm full
actually
of
grabbed
references
Mitch's
today.
hands, like our Grady's hand, and drag her in. I think at that point she lets him go and like starts running towards him.
Cool. All right.
Perry, I need you to get portals ready. There are 2 heroes coming in that swarm of specs. I need you to be ready to portal them out as soon as possible. Clarity, I need you to protect this area. There are more than we think there are. You need to get a shield up here and protect every single one of us. Birthright, you are crowd control. Anything that gets through, you take it out. Got it? Okay.
Look at
I think we know who team leader is.
All right. So
I'm going to burn.
All right. So you're going to burn, but we're also going to do team mechanics here.
Yes.
Did you do the burn roll for?
I didn't do the burn roll last
You
week,
didn't do
but
the burn.
I said I was going to burn.
All right. Let's
Yeah,
do.
you stopped us.
He's been thinking about this all week.
You have no idea.
Up.
I have been wanting a knockdown, like drag out fight, and like I'm gonna knock some heads today. Oh,
That
that.
is.
Great. So great. I love that. This is a
I'm
mode
so
we have
proud.
never seen.
Little Caleb's all grown up.
That's pretty.
it's funny considering the recap from the beginning.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. As a compare and contrast, this is a study. Okay. I'm
I
gonna.
am both Raven and Beast Boy.
Oh my God. All right. So the first thing we're gonna do here is take a look at the. If you look at the peripheral moves, I will draw your attention to the one for team mechanics.
Okay.
Team mechanics. And I know that's not right. When you enter battle against a dangerous foe as a team, immediately add 2 to the team pool. I will do that presently. Then we ask some questions. If the leader has influence over every teammate, add another team. Do you have influence, Revenant, over every teammate?
I do.
I believe so.
Sweet.
According to my sheet, I have influence over everybody.
It's been a little dodgy, so I wanted to make sure and check that. So we got that takes us up to 3.
Revenant has been consistently cool with everybody, though.
Yeah, that's true. Revenant is a solid.
I just don't have influence over Revenant. I actually was looking. I was like, oh, I don't. Okay, that's fine.
The heart and soul of the team.
Yeah.
I wonder how we didn't do that. That's interesting. All right, here.
I think, Joyce, are you making a note to tear our hearts out later?
Always.
Just
my
no.
for the
This is an
Metro
entirely
game,
unrelated note that I'm scribbling here. It doesn't.
For the Metro game, my dash is covered in sticky notes of how I'm gonna fuck with the players later. So it's just what you have to do as a GM.
Totally not. Take a powerful blow. What was that? Sorry.
Oh God. Scared.
Stop it!
All right. Sorry. No, I got it. This is a whole different thing. All right. Cool. All right. Everyone has the same purpose. If everyone has the same purpose in the fight.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Leader boy, what's your purpose in the fight? I want to make sure that this is.
The purpose is we have 2 objectives in this fight. Primary and most important, get those 2 heroes to safety. Get them out of there. The second is to show the monkeys who's boss.
Okay. All right. Mitzi?
Yeah, I think it's just to protect the city and protect those people.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
Perry?
100% what he said, because
Muted, bud.
I am. What?
You're muted.
No,
No.
I can hear him.
No, he's not.
Oh, it's weird. I can't hear.
I swapped to the other mic a while ago. That maybe might have juked.
Oh yeah, I can hear you just fine.
All right, I'm going to leave and I'll be right back. So.
All right. We'll see you in a moment. Darn.
Okay, well, now that
Discord.
she's gone. Oh,
No.
wait,
Now I can hear you.
All right.
Okay.
Now I can't see you. Oh, wait. Camera mode?
There we go.
There we go. You're back.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So, yeah, what he said, the Perry spin on that is, I know who those heroes are. I don't know how important they are or not, and certainly not willing to stand idly by and let them suffer because of unknowns. So yes, I'm with it.
Birthright.
I hate to possibly spoil things, but
damn.
While his practical goal is absolutely doing those things because that's the thing that makes sense in order to resolve the situation. In the back of his mind, he has kind of selfish motivations because he wants to impress the exemplars and probably Mitzi too, and kind of wants to be his he's been waiting for the big moment and he feels like this is it.
Okay.
So I'll let you decide if that
I don't think
makes me on board with everybody.
So here's the thing, if I may, I actually think that it aligns perfectly with my goals, because I'm going to just beat this. I'm going to impress the monkeys so they know not to mess with us. You're going to do the same thing, but for the exemplars.
I think it doesn't screw up the gathering of the team points. I think that it's a lovely little note to make to myself about a tough choice somewhere later in the Donnie
Oh, good.
book.
I just keep throwing you these bullets.
You just
you know that. Do you know the meme of the guy trying to hold all the balls or something, and he's kind of laughing, but at the same time they're kind of spilling out of his hands?
Yeah.
That's
exactly what's it. Yeah.
Except for it's bullets aimed at Birthright. You keep handing. I'm so many. It's enough slices.
You can't get mad when I use them.
Definitely not. No.
Okay. Oh, that's good. All right. I got to get back to the original move here. Sorry. I closed stuff. I should never do that. All the screens should just always stay open. I think this is a fairly obvious answer, but I always think it's interesting to ask. If any team member mistrusts the leader or the team, remove a team. We're at 14.
Absolutely not.
I think we're good right now.
Anybody mistrust the team or
it's
the
most
leader?
cohesive we've been in a long time.
Yeah.
True.
We're rock solid right now. Okay. And if your team is ill prepared or off balance, remove a team. I don't think so at all. You don't feel ill prepared. You were actually expecting some kind of stressful encounter coming to the tower. You just thought it was going to be from the exemplar. So you were kind of like this already, emotionally speaking.
I was gonna say, as far as I'm concerned, this day is going way better than I expected it to.
Being attacked by armored space monkeys. This is
it's so much better than having to talk to grown-ups.
Right? I feel like at a certain level, like Birthright's resting state is like nutted up and sideways. You know what I mean? I feel like
it's a weird expression, but you're not wrong. He's out of line, but he's right.
Okay. All right, so that gives us. Let me get the team here. Where did the team go? Oh, did I? I think I ran out of team. Deal 4 team. So we got that sitting over there, ready to throw out there. Should it become necessary? Okay. Caleb, what are you doing? You've told everybody else what to do. What are you doing?
So I'm gonna, and I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna keep the monkeys busy until we can get them to safety, and then we're gonna knock them down. But we need to get them to safety first. So,
and by keeping them busy, what does that?
So I'm gonna burn, and I have a whole thing to if this works the way that I want it to.
Okay, go ahead and burn. I got to get these other character pictures up here, but for now.
Yeah, whenever you get the chance, they should all be in there. I just did a big dump today, but
I will.
Don't wanna...
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah,
no
I appreciate it.
Thank you for making them.
I need to swap them. That's my only thing. It's fine.
Ooh, that's gonna be fun. So,
I
guess hold 2 burn and mark 3 conditions.
Whew.
Well, I'm glad you got rid of that one.
So keep in mind what you're planning on doing next. If you want to keep them busy, you are probably unleashing your powers to change the environment. Like,
yes,
if that seems like if you're gonna fill the whole place with angry cephalopods.
This whole time I was worried about keeping Mitzi grounded, but damn.
You kind of, I mean, you guys sort of have 2 Novas to deal with.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So I get my 2 burn, and that's all I needed. So I knew I was going to be able to do what I wanted with these 2 burn, either way.
Okay.
So
go ahead. Let's mark your conditions first, though.
Yeah. So I'm going to angry.
Oh God.
I'm going to mark guilty. Because for some reason, I feel like it's my responsibility to help these people, and because they're in danger, that's what's going on. And then hopeless. The one thing I don't feel is insecure. I'm very.
I got you. That's the one I got.
Guys, I have so many conditions.
We have 2 mentally stable Omega level mutants, a hyper genius, and me. With no powers to do anything about any of it.
This is fine.
Got it, yeah.
Don't forget your Hampf-Wamp.
Okay. I don't. Okay. What are the burn that what are the flares you're using?
So I'm gonna reality storm. You channel a destructive burst with your powers. You spend 1 burn to directly engage a threat using your powers. Roll plus freak and plus instead of plus danger. If you do, you will cause unwanted collateral damage unless you spend another burn. I'm causing unwanted collateral damage. That's happening. That just makes sense.
That poor building.
Oh God.
This is the other thing that I want to do. I'm going to put like a tremendous display of might for worship because I want to spend both burn on these to awe audience and to silence respect and attention when you unleash your powers. So when I'm reality storming, the idea is I want to summon a bunch of glowing purple lights in the path of all of these monkeys as they're coming through. And as they get into them, anglerfish appear out of nowhere and start fighting them.
Tarzan guarded.
Sean, you're just hiding.
Sean, I can't tell if this is good or bad.
I am terrified.
It just you turn this iron canyon, this steel canyon down through the city into the Marianas Trench, and like
basically.
That's amazing.
All right, I'm looking at.
This is fine.
I don't know if I can do both at the same time.
This is fine.
Worship. I mean, I worship. I think pairs really well with other stuff. So, spend 1 burn to directly engage a threat using your powers, rolling plus freak instead of plus danger.
Yeah, this is to distract the monkeys off of them as they get close to the lights, just like anglerfish do in the ocean. Like, that's the goal. Is it's supposed to be like a psychic beacon to them?
I'm not sure. Here's the thing. I don't know if you need Reality Storm. If your intent is to just completely tie them up. No, I'm just saying.
Does anybody need salsa? I mean, come on.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I mean,
bring it.
I don't need to do that.
No, I was just it's totally fine. We don't need to worry about it because it's not really unleash your powers. It's definitely this other thing. So that is totally fine.
Because I definitely want to engage them with this. Okay, this is going to totally be fine. The anglerfish are going to fight them.
Unless you spend another burn, which you don't have. Okay. Awesome.
I know. I was like, if I got a full hit, I'd be like, oh, this will be better for the city. But, like, I literally thought about this. Oops, all anglerfish.
It's all anglerfish all the way down. All right.
You inspired this one, by the way.
Really? You're going to lay that on?
Well, so Sean, not Silas. Sean did because we were talking about anglerfish the last time. He's like, I'd much rather an anglerfish than a crab. And I'm like, okay, Sean, I got you. You're welcome.
you did this.
Careful what you wish for.
I feel like there's a lot of steps in between what I said and what happened that I cannot take responsibility for.
I mean, as a DM, you should also appreciate the law of unintended consequences. So,
hey, if you push a rock and it falls down the hill, its journey is all your fault. It may,
what?
You have to come up with something. I have no thoughts.
He's a leader. He's a toddler. He's apparently a out of control boulder.
Angry baby.
All right.
It's
so
not wrong.
I'm going to have you, in that case, let's, okay. Because we started out afraid. You were already afraid, right? That's good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's,
everything except insecure.
Your conditions still affect the roll. That is fine. Go ahead and roll. You can roll freak. It doesn't matter which one you roll. Actually, danger and freak are weirdly the same number, but that's fine.
Yes.
Let's have
everything is fine.
The Reality Storm, the reason that I'm doing that is because I specifically want it to be a supercharged, powerful thing. Like,
gotcha. That damages,
I want it to be,
damages the environment. Gotcha.
I
want the damage. Okay. Duly noted.
I'm going to spend a team.
You don't get to spend team. Somebody else can spend team.
Okay.
All right. So let's talk about what this looks like before somebody tries to get a handle on the rudder. We're using a lot of analogies here, and they're all
nautical.
They're all shady.
That's true.
All right. So let's get back here. So yeah, Caleb goes full on dark eye, like black eyes mode, like spiritual ooze coming out of the pores kind of thing. As
I feel like the gamma setting just sort of in a 5-foot radius around him just goes.
I don't remember what Caleb's.
What are you looking for?
Pronouns.
He, him.
He, him. Thank you. So you kind of see, yeah. So the eyes go black and things as. Yeah, we kind of lose you. This is honestly, I feel like this is almost like a She-Ra shot or something like that. But we kind of, the look of the view that we have of Caleb, everything else kind of falls away. Like he starts to do this and reach out, and we lose the background. He's just kind of in a void, and in the void, he can see still his targets, the approaching monkey swarm and everything like that. But the buildings, it's all just sort of a purpley black kind of thing. His friends really aren't there. He's not really there, and he's calling up like the big Kraken is doing. You know the first Avengers movie, the big flying armored whale thing that was like
yeah.
The Kraken's doing that maneuver and coming straight at these things, and the little glowing lights and the anglerfish, the freaking Macy's Day balloon-sized anglerfish kind of looming up out of the thing and stuff. But it starts to get back because we're getting like sargasso, like we're getting like the kelp and stuff coming up from the bottom. We're getting stuff coming off the sides. It's getting very swarmy, and it's starting to come off of him. And we see a close-up of Caleb's left shoulder as a very, like, as an adult, well-manicured hand kind of settles on his shoulder as things start to spiral quite badly out of control. This, nice manicured, calm hand on Caleb kind of settle on there, and a little bit of a pat, kind of an approving, good job, kind of deal as things get very bad. Does anybody want to spend a team?
Yes. I was waiting. This is one of the few things I can do.
Everybody's just like, I got this.
Because I had it in mind that Birthright would kind of like run up to him and be like, "Caleb, reel it in, man," and like kind of just try and calm him down.
So
does your hand go like in place of where his
or the other shoulder? Like where? How are we?
Yeah, and he kind of snaps out of it, and now it's my hand.
On the okay, so yeah, the hand is there, and you see Caleb kind of turning towards it, kind of in slow motion, like, and then the kind of gloved, armored hand claps down the same shoulder, like in the place, and suddenly, like from that, like the sound waves going out, the actual like roof of the building, the surroundings, the city, everything kind of comes back into comes back into place from that slabs. Like, Caleb, man, reel it in. From that, just like that, going in a wave out from that thing, and the other hand is gone, and Birthright is there. He's got his right hand on your left shoulder and is kind of practically holding you down to like keeping your feet on the deck.
So I don't float away in the ocean.
It does, yeah. So yeah, exactly, and I love that. And that pushes you up to a 7 on directly engage. So if we directly engage, you roll plus danger. On a hit, you trade blows. On a 10 plus, you can pick 2. On a 7-9, you pick 1. So you pick one of those options there. Resisting or avoiding blows means you're not taking a condition back. You might want to seriously consider that since you have 4 or 5. 5 doesn't mean you're out, but 5 means you're pretty much out of options later in the game. So resisting or avoiding, and it certainly makes sense because you're doing stuff over there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You did just have a bit of a shock, so you may still take a emotional hit, but not. Take something from them, create an opportunity for your allies, or impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition. I will note that by doing worship, you are getting the last option turned to 11 anyway. So, because you're getting the holy shit response, not for free, exactly.
So, as I'm starting to like I can feel all of the strain in this. Like I can feel like everything happening, and I'm gonna look to Birthright and be like, you have to make sure they're safe. And I'm going to create an opportunity for my allies. Oh, I'm going to take the last condition.
Yes, that works perfectly with what I wanted to do.
Because it's not about, it's about saving them. That's all it is.
Please throw it to me next.
I will absolutely do that. Let me just, I need to draw. We need, okay, so I'm just.
Do you want me to get you pictures of anglerfish?
No. Oh, God. No. We're just gonna.
All the anglerfish.
Oh.
Yeah.
That. Nope. Stop it. I need a different freehand. That's what I want. There we go. Oh, wrong color. We'll get there. Give me a sec. There we go. We got some action going over here. I'm just dealing with the purple energy signatures kind of in this area. It's just kind of a mess. The squiggly line along the building is to denote some structural damage that happened as the sort of Kraken came through and kind of swam through the whole mess of the thing and scraped off of some buildings. My
idea was to have the anglerfish themselves be like monkey sized. So like as they swam by, but like they like shoot out of like the windows of the building like
gotcha.
Bullets almost.
So still well oversized for regular anglerfish, yes. But
should not be that large.
That's fine. That's fine.
But
just though you were seeing them, you managed to dial it back a bit, which is good. I like how there's so many monkeys you can't quite see the nameplates on Sigrun and Blackbird. There
are nameplates in Sigrun.
Are you self-bragging? Is that what's happening right now?
Well, I know it was an unexpected bonus. Can you see him? I can kind of see him in there. Okay. So let me just. Oop, that's not what I want to do.
That was a long one.
That was unintentional. There we go. We'll just move a couple of these guys along here and kind of get that whole mess going. Okay. Lovely. Okay. So you create an opening.
And I'm going to mark the last condition.
Well, you know, maybe
okay.
maybe instead you're going to maybe. Hang on just a second. Let's think about that for a second.
Oh, I forgot that you also have the Doom track as a thing you can hit me with. I always forget that.
Well, and considering how close it was to
narrator, Doyce didn't.
It's just that with your mom's hand right there on your shoulder like that.
I mean, that makes sense.
I think advancing the Doom track is probably a good idea.
Of course, why wouldn't it be?
I think that's what we're gonna. I'm gonna advance the Doom track rather than give you the condition. I was thinking about take a powerful blow, but I think I'll save that for, because there's nothing like rolling take a powerful blow when you get to add 4 conditions to the roll. Chef's kiss. That's what that is. That's when you want to drop that hammer. That feels good.
Okay, so I'm like barely holding on to conscious. Like I'm just like, well, this is all I'm doing.
It's more about. I don't know that I just. Certainly the focus and stuff like that. There's a lot. There's a lot to unpack in Revenant right now.
I have no idea that. I was like, I didn't know that I could make these anglerfish that big. Oops.
Yeah.
No, it's perfect.
Oops.
All right, so
I don't want to hear oops.
Silas. Not Silas. Yes, Silas. Birthright. What do we got going on here? What's the plan, man?
So he snaps out of it and he says, "You have to save them." And Silas goes one step ahead of you, partner. And using the opening he created, he dives off of the tower, spreads his cape Batman style, and lands on the back of one of the anglerfish to ride it motorcycle style into the battle.
Oh my god. I love it. I love it.
Her name is Ariel.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely.
Oh, Lord.
In fact, all the weird, creepy-looking giant anglerfish, all women.
Strong female role models to look up to.
Additional things I am not... Did you guys see the most recent Suicide Squad where the one guy, he pictured everybody with his mom's face?
Right.
Yes.
I'm not saying I thought of Revenant. But...
I mean...
all the creepy, oversized anglerfish, all women. Weird coincidence, huh?
Weird.
Crazy.
Well, technically, like whenever the males and females mate, females kind of absorb the men.
Yes. So they eventually just become
Bigger.
The
they
just weird, y'all.
Yeah, the deep ocean is weird. Like, we think space is weird, and I'm like, we got weird stuff here. Like, we don't need to go to there.
No, wait, I did that wrong.
And that made me feel good. Yeah. As a player, that made me feel good.
I feel like even though you're
make all of the Hero Forge models we want to, but we're never going to be prepared for Birthright riding an anglerfish.
No, no,
you're not wrong.
This anglerfish motorcycle, like.
I feel like even though it's an anglerfish named Ariel, because you're riding it through the air, we have to have in the score just a brief motif of "I can show you the world."
Okay. I'm gonna have you.
Yes, that was for you, Mo.
I am gonna have you. This is gonna be. We're gonna learn something here. We're gonna learn some interesting things right here about Birthright.
Okay.
Just real quick.
Like
as you step over to the edge there and pull out the cape and do the jump thing, we're gonna do a little quick flashback. We're gonna.
Oh no, we're doing that now?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. All right, let's do it.
All right. So what we have here is we've got Birthright kind of in I'll say like a warehouse kind of a deal. You guys know the bit where I want to say it was one of the Spider-Man movies where I think it was Andrew Garfield's like trying to figure out how to do his crap, and he's like doing skateboard tricks and like hanging off of chains and stuff like that. But this is like an unpopulated industrial area. We'll call it generically that kind of stuff. And we see him kind of remembering that we get that shot of him like doing the same thing that we saw Transcendent kind of watching on that video is him doing that jump. And Perry saying something about, or not Perry. Yeah, Perry saying something about like, no, you just have to, you've got some stuff you need to start remembering that you need to remember that you know how to do. And we see Birthright trying stuff. Superhero stuff. This is probably something that he's done in the past when he was a little kid. You know, but he's actually trying it in earnest now. Can you give us a rundown of some of the stuff that you might have tried in this situation?
So like he's got like this whole gym setup where he's like setting like boxes higher and higher to like see how high he can get his vertical jump. And then he's like doing different like drills, like punching surfaces that are harder and harder and like trying to break through bricks and stuff, and like kind of pausing to channel focus and stuff like that, because his dad's power set is kind of like, you know, your Superman power set where it's like flying and super strong, and so he's trying to like, you know, build up those things and see if he can create his own gravity like his dad can, and punch through hard surfaces like his dad can.
Well, we see him punch through a brick, and then it's like kind of considering the cinder block wall and going, you know, that kind of thing. I'm curious about how this went. I have this image of him suddenly just like, you know, pulling off his face mask and just staring at the wall really hard. Like, anyway, but that's maybe not what we saw. In any case, as you're doing the leap and the cape and the gliding, which is absolutely what's going to happen, I'm going to have you roll Unleash Your Powers, essentially to overcome the obstacle, because your powers, as such, for Revenant are, you know, the acrobatics and all that other kind of stuff. So let's do Unleash Your Powers and
Birthright, right?
What did I just say? Revenant? God, I don't know why I swap you guys so much. Birthright, sorry. So Unleash Your Powers, which is a freak roll. Freak roll.
All right.
How's your freak? Get your freak on.
It's not great, my dude.
I'm not unaware of that. Anyway.
All right.
Yeah, freak sitting at a, you know.
Oh, it's a 0. That's not bad.
It's not. Yeah, it's not negative.
And the streak continues.
Oh.
I'm glad somebody's rolling well today.
Look, you don't need to rub it in, okay? Like
no, actually, the last time I started rubbing it in, I remember getting like bad rolls for an entire session, and so I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead.
Yeah, dialing it back for safety purposes. So what we see during this flashback is occasionally like nothing that goes too far outside of the bounds, right? We don't see anything, but there is definitely a couple of things where he's doing like a vert leap, and it's more than you're going to see on TikTok. Let's just put it that way. Like when he gets up to like 5 crates and is like, we don't ever actually see the jump. We see him kind of balancing on the edge and looking down and going, seriously? So we don't ever quite see, we don't see a thing where he overpowers and actually, leaps into a wall that was way outside of range or anything like that. We see, and we see a little bit of that right here. We see some of that confidence as he's doing this thing, knowing that he's got a little bit more gas in the tank or nitro in the tank as he's leaping out and doing this thing, gliding over here. Really? Hang on. This is terrible. Where did we go? What did you say her name was? Ariel?
Ariel, yes.
Oh, yes. Did you see the picture I dropped in the Discord chat?
Oh, I didn't. This is even better. It's
in character pics.
It wouldn't be hard. Character pics. Wow.
I just whipped that up real quick.
Oh, good.
I'll just wait. I'm curious as to what it is, but
I think that hang on. Like, I mean, it's too good not to use, really.
I'm seeing.
Hang on.
Top-down view.
Just put them on top of the anglerfish. No. Too much. There we go. I like how the anglerfish looks vaguely affronted and like kind of shocked by this whole thing.
Like
the face.
There's the me.
As you guys are riding off into the.
She speaks with a very posh British accent.
She speaks.
Oh, she talks. I hate it.
Hold on.
I mean, if there are extensions of why wouldn't?
Hello
there.
Like Johnny Rotten's mom.
She's a Southern belle. She's a Southern belle.
Oh.
Hello there, you young strapping man.
Caleb, I'm trying to get used to all the weird sea creature shit, but you gotta ease me into it.
I don't know what's happening.
Take it slow. Mitzi, what are you doing?
So yeah, I think Mitzi sees all this and sees like
Silas just leapt off a building. Cool.
Leapt off a building, made sure he
that happened
on a thing, but not coming to his death. And I think she's gonna float up, and I'm also gonna burn.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And
this is how we destroyed Sentinel Park.
Good memories.
Yeah, good times. She burns.
Please don't also fail.
No promises?
Okay.
What do I roll again? Oh, shit.
Freak. No, freak? No, conditions. You roll conditions.
Roll conditions? Okay.
Yeah. What do we get? I gotta get the dice box back here. Where's the dice box? There we go.
Why do you do this to me?
I have a question. I have. This is a real mechanical question. Can we spend team on the burn?
I forgot to spend one on the team. Can you spend? Whoops.
What? It's fine. Also, you have to spend 2 team, and I don't want to use all the team for me.
That would still leave us 1 team.
I mean, he's not wrong, but
and that's fine if we can't, because that's kind of a like in their own, like we're doing our own thing for that. So I get it, but I'm just curious.
Technically, yes. I mean, technically, yes.
Okay.
Maybe also technically no, because a lot of times if you're rolling conditions, it's not something that people can necessarily help you out with usually.
That's fair. That's totally okay.
It really, let's put it this way. I am fine with it if it fits within the fiction. So if somebody's using like burning, probably to do that, some sort of psychic link, some kind of blah, 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 anything like that to sort of help them control their powers makes sense to me. Somebody in the back going, "You can do it," is probably, you know what I mean?
Somebody in the back opening a portal to the elemental plane of whatever power she's manifesting.
Probably less useful than you might think.
I'm just spitballing, just
so
throwing against the wall, seeing what sticks.
First of all, for both of you, did you remember to mark
potential for both of those?
For both of those.
No.
You should mark potential now. Yeah, mark potential. So that is three conditions and 2 burn.
Wait, are you matching me now?
I'm not hopeless. That's the one I didn't take. Actually, no. Did I take it? I don't know.
She didn't take hopeless.
Should I take angry or hopeless?
It depends on what you're. If I can be just a total gamer boy for a second, it depends on what you're about to do. Like, you should at least, if you're gonna go through this pain, at least leave yourself the hole to do. I
don't think she's hopeless. I think it's more like she has control of it, and people around her are probably hopeless about her controlling it. So.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is, figure out the thing that you're gonna do, and don't take the condition that's gonna penalize that after you just went through all that pain. That's what I'm saying.
So I think I'm gonna go afraid, angry, and guilty.
Afraid, angry, guilty. What do you?
And I already had insecure. So.
And what are you doing?
I think
if you do, because moat is like the big barrier that doesn't stop, that doesn't, is just kind of on and does like a whole bunch of cool stuff. Yeah, moat is spend a burn to create a barrier that will hold back threats as long as you keep your attention on it. Which is a thing.
Or do I want to do shielding, where I protect the 2 that are coming in and get them into the area?
Yeah, you could absolutely do that. That's 1 burn to defend someone else from immediate threat, rolling plus freak instead of plus savior. So you're rolling freak to defend.
I mean, I could do that. Or I could just spin burn or moat and just do the chaos.
Yeah, I mean, the moat would probably be around the exemplar tower, so to speak, or at least the top portion of it, like a big old kind of globe thingy. But then Perry can portal and get them inside of that.
I think I'll go with moat, because Kayla Reverend did say, "Hey, we need to protect the tower." So I'll go with moat.
Okay. All right. So that just uses up a burn. That I don't even think you need. You don't need to roll for that. You just have to maintain it. Yeah. So.
I think as she floats above it, like she'll like put her hands out, and like that, her eyes are already going that like bright purple.
Yeah.
And the power just like seeps out, and like it's like a bright purple energy field like around the tower.
Shoot. Oh, dang it! I don't know why it keeps defaulting to that color. That's sort of annoying. Stop that.
Also, I love how Revenant's is like a deep purple and hers is like a bright purple.
Right. Wobble, 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 wobble.
Yeah.
Wobble, 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 wobble. Yours is probably you're probably nice and round.
Yeah.
I'm just, terrible, so I'm doing it this way. Can I do? No, there isn't. As near as I can tell, I'm sure that there's some way to do it, but as near as I can tell with the draw shape thing, I don't. Oh, wait. I do know this. Hang on.
I thought there's a circle tool, like you just
Kind of. You got to come at it sideways. 1 second. So you have to do draw shape and then do the color. Have it on draw shape. Hold down the Alt key. Bonk.
Boop.
Look
Look
at
how clean that is.
Look at that.
Wow.
Look how pretty that is.
That's so nice.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Perry, what you doing?
Oh, Perry has been not blissfully unaware of everything that's going on around him, but I feel like I don't want to cheese this into using a power that I have, but I would like to pitch to you the idea that Perry is overcoming a mental obstacle right now because
all right,
you've got 2 heroes we need to save. If I put them in the same portal, their angle of insertion is going to be different. I have to calculate. Basically, there's 2 simultaneous pork chop plots happening, boom, boom, because I need to deal with the delta V. I've got to deal with the angle of insertion. I have to make sure that when they come out of this side, they're not just going to go straight through the back wall of this sort of balcony hangar that we're on. And so I also have to time it just right so that their angle, either they're both coming through the same one because the stars / the heroes align and they can get in there, or I have to create 2 simultaneous or slightly staggered ones. So mentally juggling both of those. Perry really should take up juggling. Actually, I think that would help him. Anyway, so there's a lot of math happening right now that wasn't necessarily covered in Intro to Trig. So
I draw your attention to the games channel. For those of you who haven't watched My Hero Academia, what Perry does reminds me very much of Deku when he's trying to calculate all the possible permutations of like applying superpowers. And they do this thing with him where he has this spiraling text wandering out from his head that is just the kanji for mutter, repeated. Mutter, 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 mutter. And everyone else just kind of staring with the little teardrop sweat thing next to their heads because they're like, we lost Deku again. And that is exactly it. Reminds me, it's so intensely Perry during this. And
I'm also embarrassed to say that Frank, Mission to Mars was the second attraction that I was trained on at Disneyland. I didn't know what a pork chop plot was until 3 minutes ago.
There you go. Anyway. All right. So what do you? So you want?
So I'm trying to calculate how hard to hit the golf ball to make it in California to make it go through the specific window of a train arriving in Miami that much later. But I'm hitting 2 golf balls. So my question to you is, does that count as overcoming an intellectual obstacle? Because if so, I've already done this problem in the 5th grade.
Absolutely. Let me.
Right on.
Let me look at what he's referring to here, just so we can see this.
It's my second passive move.
I'm sharing it up to the chat so you can see it. I learned the solution in grade school. When you unleash your powers to extend your senses or overcome an intellectual obstacle, you can roll superior instead of freak. I dig it.
Right on.
Unleash your powers to extend your senses to overcome an intellectual. Yes. Go ahead and do that thing.
Beat.
Yep. Yeah. Roll superior. Just checking your conditions. Yeah. Nothing's going to get in your way, so go ahead and do that. Thank goodness you were rolling the good stats. Whoo.
One of us had to.
There you go. All right, so that gets us up to a 7.
Shots fired.
Unleash your powers. Okay, so right, what we have. What the option goes for unleash your powers is you can either at a 7, you do the thing, you establish a portal, you get one up where you need it to be, optimal location for them. you can either mark a condition to keep it solid, or it's unstable or temporary. And I have an idea for how it will be unstable or temporary. So, or you can say, I am not interested in your input on this choice. I would rather just make sure it stays solid.
Yeah, I feel like I don't have enough conditions to hang with the group right now.
It's not a membership thing.
Club.
Well, I mean, also in the back of Perry's mind, we will have better group cohesion, small unit cohesion, if things are symmetrical. And if I'm all happy and my pals are all angsty and shit, that's gonna ruin the groove.
No, it's not, because we need you two to stay normal so you can fix me and Mitzi.
No, man. My brain thinks it's my hands are flying because they pretend that my brain is straight.
I love you guys so much.
So what's happening? What's happening out there is, as soon as that portal comes up, about half of the flying forces that are swarming in on Blackbird and Sigrun retarget. They reacquire and go after that portal hardcore. Not even like to use it or anything like that, but just to assault the bloody thing. They're like the blaster fire, all this other kind of stuff. So if you want this thing not to be unstable or temporary, you're holding this against a lot of energy fluctuations that are being introduced by way of laser rifles.
And I'm thinking now that there now has to be 2 exit portals, because I need to land Sigrun and Blackbird
right
safely, and I also need to redirect all this friggin' blaster fire
somewhere.
I mean, just flip it around. Not somewhere. Fuck them. That's going right straight back to the monkeys if I've got enough to do that.
So that's fine. In order to maintain everything and the strain of maintaining the portal and everything like that under this onslaught, what condition do you pick up as a result of that? Like, what's that making you?
I got to think that this has to be the most afraid Perry's been in a while.
Cool.
Because
there's just a lot. But they immediately recognize that portal and go after it full
high-tech monkeys, man.
Throttle. They are there's one kind of in the back here. I should give him a border or something. I wonder if I can. Can I give him some kind of weird...
Did I supply you a fig that worked as boss flying monkey for this one?
We'll just...
I think that's what the guy with the chain is.
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
He's the boss man.
Yeah.
Boss man.
I need something better than...
Love it.
I feel like there was a way to do... like that? Maybe? Yeah. Oh, that's terrible. All right. Well, doesn't matter. In any case, he shouts something as soon as that portal comes up, and that's definitely, or at least the impression that leaves is that he's calling something along there. Oh, that's way too much. All right. Well, I'm just going to stop doing things because that's just making it worse. Stop touching things. We're just going to take care of that. Oh, Lord. Now how do I undo? It's great. Anyway. So, yeah, he shouts stuff. Silas is coming in here close. Revenant's coming in. We got the barrier is up. As soon as that portal comes up, Silver Streak goes, cool, and runs through it the other direction. And she's over here kind of playing, hang on, I'll get her over
I love Silver Streak.
Yeah, she's like playing hopscotch from monkey to monkey. She's not even really doing. She's like and just jumping all over the place. Not even sure necessarily if she's doing anything.
I mean, boxing the occasional ear. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a good question.
So pretty. Where are you gonna go?
Did you ever play Sonic Pinball? That's what I'm imagining.
I swear I'm just gonna delete that guy and start over.
I love that.
screwed up that. I screwed that character too much.
say
I
bye-bye to
don't
everybody?
think I know Sonic Pinball, but
I'll send you just like a GIF of what it looks like.
Bye.
Hello.
hello.
She's saying bye-bye because they're
Heading out.
We're going to go pick up Ninu, which is my mom's sibling. They grew up together, and we're going to go pick them up, pick Ninu up, and we're going to pick up some barbecue food. Barbecue.
Ooh,
That's
so
awesome.
good.
Dude, that's so good.
I like how sibling.
Breakfast cereal dad says that's awesome.
I think I think my favorite thing about that entire sentence was the fact that sibling had 3 syllables. Sibling.
Yep. Whoa, careful. Yes, go ahead.
Daddy cereal.
She remembers
cereal.
you as Daddy, your friend with the daddy cereal? Yes.
Friend with the
that's
daddy
right.
cereal.
Thank
all right.
you for that brief interruption. Thank you.
So that's
You guys
happening.
are really accommodating with that, and I really appreciate it.
Not
Thank
at
you.
all. Let's just move a few people here in the back.
Just muting while I say
So-
bye-bye to my better half.
Nautilus, I will point out. So Nautilus is up there by Perry. We're just gonna make him a little bit bigger so we can remember his. He gets this big old like slingshot looking rifle dealio. Lines this thing up, is like, all right. Let's just clear them out. That Blackbird's armor can take something like this, right?
I mean, the
And
moat only is like one way. I mean, he can obviously shoot.
No, moats are moats. It splooches against the inside of the thing, and he's like,
Oh.
well, what am I? All right, fine. Making me think, and he slaps this thing back on the back of my head. Hang on one second.
Oh my god.
Hey, Frank. Perry put the portals facing the monkeys, right?
He can't hear you right now. He walked away. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dang it. But he did, right? I'm not missing that.
I think he's trying to get the Sid Green and Blackbird out.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think so.
Mm-hmm. I was trying to find a video that had like a guy with a 6-foot jump and then he did like a backflip and I can't find it. I'm so mad. Make a TikTok.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
He does like
Yeah.
a 6-foot like jump box and then he like lands and does like a backflip and then like another backflip and like a front flip. I'm like, this
How are you
is
not
right.
dizzy?
How are you not a professional wrestler? It's
Yeah.
my real question. When I see
Right?
that. How are you that strong and that fast and you're not doing that?
That's what we
He
need
was
to
a
do
beef boy,
next.
too. He was just
Worldwide
like-
wrestling. There we go.
I'm so
Just
excited
more
on Tuesday.
like-
We're doing it with Michael. Tune in on Tuesday.
Oh
Probably,
man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Andrew, do you not know this? Worldwide wrestling is a game.
No.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
Powered by the Apocalypse
It's a
Pro Wrestling.
Powered by the Apocalypse Pro Wrestling.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it. It's gonna be Michael Matthews, me, Mo, Kendo, Kirby, and Dice Maven.
Oh,
So,
I'm
it'll be pretty-
dying
pretty great group.
inside. Oh my god.
I know. You
How
guys
do you keep pulling these damn? Oh, that's beautiful.
You need to
Michael?
stop like
That's
telling me about these things. I can't.
Hi, welcome to Beggar Talk.
Yeah.
This is weird. You lose all your money.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I have to buy groceries still.
Yeah.
Sean.
Sorry.
No, you're not.
It's a
Well,
it's one of those. Okay, so there's a meme kind of thing for gaming, and I think it's best exemplified by a comic out there by this guy who made up a joke character who's like a half furball who dresses up like a clown, and
Yeah.
he fights everybody with like rubber chickens and stuff like that. That's his, and it's literally the entire character is made up to be kind of a pun name, right? and the GM just kind of pinches the bridge of their nose and says fine. And it was literally for this one-off joke. And then there's a little caption that says 40 sessions later. And the next thing is he's holding up like a collapsing wall. It's like, you need to go! Get out of here! It's like, we're not leaving without you. You have to get the thing back to the temple! And, the fish girl is like, I never told you. I always knew. And they're like, everybody's crying. Everybody at the table is crying. Because you either make It's
the Iron Man Thor principle.
Yeah, you either make the stupid gonzo character who becomes incredibly serious and dramatic and tragic, or you make the super serious character who becomes the gonzo punchline. Like, that's only the thing. Worldwide Wrestling is that in a role-playing game, because you make the gonzo characters who become these tragic stories. And it doesn't happen every time, but it happens a lot.
That sounds so amazing. Okay, so Tuesday?
Yes, and we're gonna, in between sessions, we're gonna use TikTok to cut promos on each other. It's gonna be amazing.
Sean already has his look together, and like,
I have my look together. I have my first promo in the drafts. It's gonna be great.
My mask, because I'm playing
What
a
did I
luchador,
miss?
my mask is not coming in.
Weird. Sean is playing in a game with a couple of other folks. Enmo are. God damn it, you guys! All right, they're both playing in a game with Michael, who's I think probably one of the first bigger talk people that I really ran into on TikTok.
Improv GM.
Yeah, Improv GM on. But they're doing Worldwide Wrestling, which is a worldwide. It's a professional wrestling from the backside, from the stage side, powered by the Apocalypse game, and it is.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and from what I have experienced of it as an outside viewer, it's the kind of game where you come up with the gonzo crazy guy, and at the end it's like it's all about tragic crying in a rainy parking lot after the thing when you're holding your gym bag and your kids like biking back home after telling you they never want to see you again. Like it's just like,
oh, Jesus.
I'm not saying it always happens that way, but
have you ever watched The Wrestler? Because that's basically what that movie is.
That's the like the super gritty one with
Mickey Rourke.
What's his name? Yes. Oh my God, that movie just gutted me. Yeah.
It's rough. Yeah.
Somebody wants to. I think this is kind of how you end up running the game, but somebody told me said the game is like playing The Wrestler if it was animated by the crew from She-Ra. Like, and I'm like,
I can see it.
It's like, wow.
All right.
Anyway,
before we get too far off the rails, let's reel back in.
And also, the rebooted She-Ra is amazing.
Yes.
If you're not down with it, get on that train.
Absolutely. All right. Now that we're all read in. All right. Where are we at? Caleb's doing his. Silas. Birthright.
Yeah.
What do you? Okay. So you're the fish is coming up, and you're.
Yeah, I would say about halfway there, I switched from motorcycle position to surfboard position.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm basically gonna try, and you know what I'm gonna do? I want to try and like jump and grab one of the monkeys and beat them down and take their wings, and like use their mechanism as a flying thing, because that just sounds like a ridiculous stunt.
Wait, hold on. Have we ever got close enough to realize if they're mechanical or if they're like attached to their bodies?
Well, we've seen them without the wings, so I'm assuming.
That doesn't mean all of them could. We don't know.
Sorry, I got interrupted by a chaos hobbit. What's happening?
I wanna hijack one of the wing packs from one of the monkeys. Because.
All right, so. I think we need to directly engage, because one of the options of directly engage is take something from them. So you're like basically leaping onto them and Yes.
Send it.
Man,
I feel like this has to count for one of my drives. That this has to count as pull off a ridiculous stunt.
I mean, yes.
If I can get it.
Man, your danger needs to be a lot higher than it is for these kinds of maneuvers. That's all I'm saying.
What is your danger at?
I don't want to talk about it.
It's a flat 0 right now.
Mitzi did not lower that one, by the way. I don't think that was her.
Yeah. I was trying to get my mundane up because I was trying to be the help everybody guy.
This is the problem. Yeah. All right. Let's
All right. Let's roll and pray. So that would be directly engaged.
Well,
so yeah,
hang
danger,
on a
got
second though.
Okay.
Fire.
Oh yeah, I do have that ability. Would you call me dramatically under fire?
Well,
right now?
you're literally flying straight into the mass of them from the front. Like I'm
All
going to
right,
say yes for this.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll savior.
We'll go a little bit into like slow-mo kind of a thing because you're like grab, yank, falling, strapping on jetpack. Yeah, all that.
God,
Ooh.
fuck you.
Well,
Fuck you.
overkill.
Fuck you.
You didn't need a damn thing. What the? He gets all the good dice.
Seriously, I'm with Mo.
Hey,
Hey,
look. All right, I don't want to hear it because for the last 2 sessions I've been useless. This is finally my time to shine.
I don't think because the thing is, well, anyway.
That's amazing. That made my day better. I love you all.
One thing
so
I like,
much.
that's one thing I like about this game is like you can have somebody who's like, man, I can't attack. My danger's like a 2. You have so many options of shit to do in these kinds of situations. Okay,
Oh,
so
yes.
13 on directly engage, which is awesome. And I'm kind of treating the 2 different groups, the 2 different kinds of flying monkeys are collectively a mob, so to speak, just mechanically speaking. So this is going to affect a couple of them as you're like doing some leaping and maneuvers and stuff like that, and figuring doing some stuff here because you will actually inflict a condition upon them when you directly engage a threat. Roll plus danger on a 10 plus, which a 13 is. You can pick 2 of the options below. Certainly resist or avoid their blows feels good, but take something from them feels even better.
Yeah, and I feel like
that's
in
what
this
he's planning
situation, that's
on.
the goal. Yeah, that's the goal.
So yeah, throw in whatever, but this is like coming
real quick.
Coming straight at like the first one and grabbing onto their chest harness and using that for like kind of a bar swing kind of a deal almost. So you're yanking that one down as you're going up. There's sort of a midair backflip kind of thing, landing on somebody else's back.
I jump and I jump and I catch him in midair, and we're tumbling, and I go, "We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty for some time now," and I unbuckle him.
Oh my God, I love you so much. I love you so much. I love you so much.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. And this is like over back on the roof. Wrecker throws his hammer one more time. It's bouncing off the interior thing, and she hears that kind of coming back over the shout, and it's like, how do you put up with? Anyway, seriously. Anyway.
Oh my god, I love
like
it.
This. All right. All right.
Is Wrecker hitting the shield, like trying to get out, like throwing their hammer?
Just testing it to see if there's like, threw it once, and the second time it's mostly out of frustration. It's just bouncing it back off of the thing.
Okay. I'm going to give Wrecker something to do, and I'm just be like, Wrecker, I need you. Stand near one of those portals. The second a monkey comes through there, you baseball bat it right back.
All right. Yeah. It's like, yeah, hot damn. All right.
That sounds cool as fuck. Let's do it.
But now you have wings? Question mark.
I'm making the Hero Forge guy right now. It's amazing. So why not?
You want the wings off of one of the ones with the hook bill with the plague mask,
right?
The mechanical.
Yeah, I'm looking for the exact ones. Yep, there they are. That's perfect. I love it.
Oh my god. Give me short break. I need to tell my kids that they can go over to the neighbor's house because the neighbor has texted to it. So let's just take a.
I might end up keeping these. That's. I'm gonna have to spray paint them black later. But
awesome. As you jump off of Ariel to steal them, Ariel's following you down. Ariel's now your best friend.
I love it. I'll deal with it.
All right.
You'll deal with it.
Back in a minute.
Little break.
Frank, how much did you miss from the past? I can just catch you up real quick on like what happened.
The last thing I know that happened in game is that they were focusing fire on the portal, and I marked a condition to keep it stable, and was trying to redirect the force back at them. That's the last thing I remember happening in game before many and multiple home side distractions. So
funny story.
Okay.
Birthright.
Ahead.
Birthright jumped on one of the space monkeys and stole their wing pack.
Nice.
So now it's flying.
And asked
did we get a Wilhelm scream as the monkey fell into the?
I think so, but my witted quip, because I'm playing the Nightwing character, my witted quip was, "We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty for some time now."
Nice.
Will in chat is like, you heard it here first, folks. Birthright is an undercover meme.
Yep.
Undercover meme queen? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, gotta do it for the Vine.
Nice.
And then Wrecker was trying to break through the moat, and then Caleb was like, hey, just go to the portal, and if there's a monkey that comes through, just smack him back through it.
Nice. So we got Wrecker on home plate, just winding up.
Yep.
Love it. Yeah, having Silver Streak on the other side of the portal is a complication that I hadn't. So like now I'm also mentally calculating, do I need to keep that open for Silver Streak to get back, or are they going to be fine?
Streak can remove herself from the scene whenever Streak wants to remove herself from the scene.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So that's really not an issue.
All right. Character picks.
All right, I gotta see this. What we got?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Threw that together real quick.
Yo!
Dude, I like that.
I mean, it's fitting. Nice.
That's awesome, dude. I'm so stoked.
That's gorgeous.
Dude, that's awesome.
Makes me happy.
Very, very, very cool.
Steal the wings. Co-op the wings. Make the wings your own.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to paint those black later.
So do you I assume that you liked those better than the other two iterations.
I told them which ones to grab.
Swing. Oh, okay, cool.
Because of which
I was just trying to grab one of the lackeys.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
You could probably do some really nice neon green detailing on that too, the way they've got it. You would just have to get into the color and adjust it so that, like right now, if you look at that, the edge of the wing that is well, you'll be able to fuss with it. Just figure out. I'm
gonna drop you the link because I feel like you want to play around with that.
I absolutely do.
Frank is like, give me.
Friend, yeah, fingers are already itching. Oh my god! All right, so yeah, Birthright's just generally wreaking havoc here. Has leaped from, had leapt from a couple different monkeys. Manages to get the on the third one, kind of figures out the fastenings. Pops one of those loose. Is basically in free fall, but no. I gets this thing back in.
I think I saw this in a James Bond movie when they're fighting over a parachute.
And but has seen enough from a couple of them maneuvering that really remarkably fast about picking this thing up. Picking up how the tech of this thing works and getting that thing moving. Hey Perry.
I hate it when you say it like that.
Something.
Yes.
something about how fast Birthright co-opted this tech tickles something in the back of your mind, like gives you that nausea mixed with deja vu sense.
He definitely just had a Neo, I know Kung Fu moment.
Yeah, he really like super fast and just immediately jumped in there and grabbed this thing, and it gives you one of those feelings that you've come to associate with.
It doesn't smell like petrichor, but there's definitely a frisson of
something significant happening here.
Fine.
Frisson?
A frisson. A frisson.
Thank you.
So what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you roll memories for me.
Snap.
The remember someone. So so there's the remember someone button. And this time we're pointing it at birthright. And you should just be able to hit remember someone, and I think it's going to roll. It should do the math on your memories and stuff like that. You should just be able to hit that button.
Yep. Sorry, I just got to pull. Where the hell? Oh, it's because I'm in the wrong tab. Okay. Situational bonus penalty. I am not entering anything there, right?
Nope, nothing there.
Would it help that? Will it help that I have an influence over him? Would that give me a +1? If I wanted to burn that to figure out what the hell?
You don't need to burn it. You just take the +1. Yes.
Okay, great.
Influence almost always counts.
Thank you.
When you're rolling pointed at somebody.
Nice.
Kablamo.
All right.
Is that nice? I forgot. Hold on.
It is nice. It is nice in this case. Remember someone. When you push yourself to remember the version of someone you used to know, mark a condition. Oh, you do have to mark a condition. But I'm going to have you mark a condition. Roll memories. On a hit, you connect who they are now with who they are in your version of the future. Choose the role that they fulfill in the future. And the GM will tell you about their future self.
Shit.
I think
10 plus, ask a follow-up question.
I feel incredibly guilty about any kind of a trip I may have put inadvertently on Birthright with my musings about potential futures, because it turns out that he is actually the leader.
I like it.
Does that track?
That tracks. You're not going to make him the traitor or the monster. I'm okay with that. Weirdly.
Not at this moment.
Yeah, I mean, Caleb called dibs anyway, so.
And you still haven't figured out Mitzi, so like.
I mean, what did I call dibs on?
I'm joking. These memory slots that Perry has about.
I mean, because I came into this thinking that Birthright is the one that turns to the dark side, but
that doesn't. No, not dark side. Gives up the path of the hero is not the same thing.
You are correct. You are correct.
Yeah, you can be a leader and retire. Leaders retire all the time.
Right.
Dolly Parton.
It was also giving up the path of the hero. You could still be absorbing the path of the anti-hero,
Killed
right?
Sean.
It's not the first thing that came to mind.
I would say she's still hella active though. With
you think that's the first thing that came to mind. What it was me carefully selecting just the right size bullet. All right.
Oh man.
Swap out a barrel for that? That was really fast.
What I am telling you about this thing, the reason that you're getting this deja vu off of this thing, this feeling of this, is that it's a series of flashes. It's just a series of flashes. And it's always the monkeys. The backdrop changes. Sometimes it's the city, sometimes it's that jungle ruin area. Sometimes it's out in the middle of nowhere. Sometimes it's over the ocean. One time it was in an ocean with the glass dome thing. There's always monkeys. There's always flying. There's always frickin' Dr. Infinity resetting stuff. But in several of those, multiple times throughout this, there's Birthright taking the charge, getting up there in front, doing stuff, and starting to leverage the tech. Like figuring out. And you see him like, there's a couple of shots of him doing the exact same thing that he did right here, having it going horribly and having to do the Iron Man figuring out how the boots thing works, where he smashes into the wall and then back onto the car and, you know, that kind of, having it go horribly awry. He got this so fast because he's done it dozens of times before.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So,
and the first time ever. This is probably the first time he ever made the thing about the car insurance quip, probably.
I love it.
Because now I'm so confident with it that I can make quips while I do it.
Yeah. Whether or not can you have muscle memory for something that didn't actually happen in this timeline?
I'm gonna say it's the same way that I only recently backed up the notes, but I have Dr. Infinity perceives multiple timelines in an intensely terrifying way. Vigil perceives multiple timelines in an intensely traumatic way. So he might not be consciously aware of it.
Although
just like in the Abyss, your body will remember.
The reset from when you guys were up above and Dr. Infinity reset you down to the school and the monk and the other thing. That seemed to bother Birthright more than it bothered everybody else. Like it actually seemed to have more of a traumatic effect than the other.
Sorry, I didn't realize I was flying my décolletage here. I apologize if I was getting anybody a little steamy. I'd just do that button up. Jesus, I wasn't trying to knock our rating down.
I didn't notice until he said something. So like.
I mean, sure, you can try to play it like that if you want.
play it cool. Play it cool. I didn't even notice.
I think I'm going through the change.
Oh Lord! All right. So once Birthright has the wings up and kind of gets that under control and kind of comes up, and then it's just havoc through the ranks. The monkey scattering, dodging over, doing the barrel rolls over the blasters, all kinds of. So Birthright's right up in amongst this stuff. Silver Streak kind of bounces through there. The two folks that are actually there to... The deal is that Sigrun's not that fast for a flyer. She's okay.
Ironic given where her name comes from. Oh, no, wait. Sorry. Sigrun. Yeah, sorry.
Sigrun. Yeah, Sigrun's not that fast. Blackbird is trying to stay with Sigrun, which severely hampers her general functionality because she's meant to fly A, stealthy, B, fast. And is having to switch roles on this in not a particularly effective way. So they're doing okay. It's just a lot.
Am I able to physically manipulate the portal in 3-dimensional space to like scoop them through it like a butterfly net?
Yeah. If you do it, defend.
Did I get a good enough roll for that to happen? I don't know. I don't want to.
That would be a different roll. That would be kind of a defend thing. But in the meantime, I want to see what kind of nonsense Caleb's getting up to.
Yeah.
Oh God. Has Mitzi really done anything yet, though?
She's got the mode up, but I'm
busy.
I don't want to leave her. I don't want to leave her hanging, but I'm just starting at the top. So we're going to get to Novus.
I had a bad experience.
Okay.
As
long as you're good.
The two people with 4 conditions are up next on the initiative. So that's
fantastic.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
Nothing.
So many things. So many things. All of the things.
Okay. So can I see these portals going like open? Yeah. Can I see Sigrun through the portal? Like looking out the other direction if I look through it?
Oh, so if you walk back there with record of the portal, I don't know, can you see through these things, or is it more of like a wavy distortion kind of a thing?
Is it like
are they windows? Portals?
I feel like since I went
are they portal portals?
Or like
portals. Since I went with the blue and orange motif on the builds, that you should be able to look through it. So it's not the watery haze like you get.
That your motif.
I beg your pardon?
Your Gainesville like Gators, like the University.
No, Portal the video game.
No, Portal the yeah. If you look at some of the original builds for Perry, the little wristwatches each have a portal as as in a not very subtle homage to the Portal video game.
We both have connections at Gainesville. That's why I was like, "What? Hold on, break."
There are other schools in states who don't have a
University of South Florida, baby. Woo,
with blue and orange.
Oh my god!
What is happening?
Sorry, it's me. I did it.
Sorry.
It's my fault.
It's really easy for me to go off the rails.
I'm going to University of Florida. Go Bulls.
Okay.
Reel it in.
Yes.
Okay,
Short answer, yes. You can look
fantastic.
through.
Awesome. I am going to throw a tentacle through the portal, grab Sigrun, and rip her through.
Y'all, we're killing this shit.
And as I'm doing this, I'm going to like pull hard and just go, Wrecker, get ready to beat a monkey in the face. Sigrun's coming through, and then right after that, anything else, if it's not Blackbird, it's getting the hammer. Got it?
Okay.
And as he just nails Silver Streak, he's like, "You told me."
Anything coming through. All right, I'm gonna let's have you roll defend, then Caleb, which may or may not be adversely affected by everything you've got. Oh my god,
that's the one that I don't have.
That's the one that isn't penalized right now. So good job. So you're rolling you're rolling Savior. It's not your best roll, but it's not penalized by 2. So take that for a bonus.
It's not penalized by 4 either. Which could be a thing.
Yeah, please assess the situation right now at a -4. I'd like to see what your read on this whole situation would be.
Excuse me, what?
Tempt me. Don't tempt me. Literally, you just see smoke come out of my ears.
It's like the thing where the math is floating around in front of him, except it's all razor blades and like cutting into your... No, that's a bad look. All right, so...
Okay,
Savior.
I'm rolling. Here we go. Please roll not a failure. Hey!
Look at that. 6 and a 3. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so that's actually... defend is a very, I want to say, forgiving one a bit. When you defend someone or something from an immediate threat, roll Savior. On 7 and 9, it costs you. Either expose yourself to danger or escalate the situation. I think probably expose yourself to danger makes the most sense, since you're going to be like reaching through the tentacle, reaching through the portal kind of a deal.
I mean, yeah, that makes the most sense. I'm going to expose myself to danger.
We could escalate actually, I can think of a couple different ways to escalate the situation too. So
yeah, I mean, unless somebody wants to help.
No, it sounds like a great idea to have the guy with 4 conditions take a powerful blow. What could go wrong?
Could go wrong.
I feel like
Also,
Harry
how
would
can we
be.
help you with your your tentacles? Like, how is that a thing we can do? Like,
Well, I think
could,
that Harry could help because
specifically.
he's going through my portal. So if the angle is off at all, if he needs a little English put on it, I can just bend or tilt.
I mean, it is a 9, so you could throw a team at it to get it up to a 10, and that would keep it from.
Yeah, I would like to spend a team and do that if that seems plausible.
Okay. All right. It isn't even an angle thing. It is literally as simple as an on-off switch. So, you reach through with the tentacles. Watch the most recent Marvel What If. That's all I'm going to say.
I have a question real quick.
Yes.
Because when it says on a hit, you keep them safe and then you choose one, and it's a team to pool, take influence, or clear a condition. Can I do that?
You could absolutely do that.
Clear a condition.
You can absolutely clear a condition.
I'll wait till you're done with this, but yes.
You reach through the thing and you grab Sigrun. She starts to like jerk back and like, I'm on your side! Yank! And you're pulling her through, and the monkeys that were going after her kind of do this little midair kind of swirly reacquire and are coming straight at it. And you're bracing for this, Wrecker's the thing, and then the portal just goes blank for a second. It's just showing, like, it's still got the blue circle, but it's not showing anything. It's just showing the other side of the floor. Perry, so back on the map here for a second.
Ooh, can I put them the same place I put teacher?
Oh no.
Keeping it a little simpler than that.
Okay, fine.
Where the portal literally he just shuts off that the portal at the other end here. Whoops, where are we at here?
Oh my god!
Like
it becomes solid on their end.
It just goes away, so they fly through open space expecting to come through the portal. You just shut it off for a couple seconds, like 3, 2, 1. All right, portal's back up, and it shows the other side. He doesn't have to worry about defending himself because no way to come through. It was not connected for a second. You hung up the phone for a minute and just picked it back up.
Thank you.
That gets us up to a 10, so you're not having to. Yeah, and you can clear condition. Feeling good about, however, in whatever way, pulling Sigrun through there made you feel
less hopeless.
Oh, that's good. I like it.
Nice.
Put that back over here where it was.
Mitzi, I'm sorry I'm leaving the 4-condition club.
It's fine. I'm going to turn it into a 5-condition club. So there.
I mean, I actually was going to say that.
Chill.
You know what? Mitzi, you're a rock star. You do whatever you got to do.
Thank you.
Nobody gets to say they played Mask until somebody in the game hits 5 conditions. It's just...
That's amazing.
Second time. For a second time.
Not actually true. So Mitzi...
Oh yeah, I did it on the first episode too. I forgot about it.
Did you hit 5? Not in the first.
Yes, because
No, wait. I think I just took a powerful blow.
You took a powerful blow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you hit 5 the first game, and it was just because you were talking to Transcendent.
I tried to look into his brain, and I took a powerful blow, and that's when.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Right about here. This whole area. Hang on. Let's get a line up here. Freehand. Get a little. Oh, come on. It's got to be a better color. There we go. That's good. And we got a little. Now we're getting messy over here. This area just turned into a topiary. Big vines, giant creepers and vines and. But yeah, this just turned into a this turned into a hot mess all the way up to the height of the things and stuff like that.
Let's get back to your roots, ape.
Oh, that's terrible. But yeah, Oya's kind of stepped up, is kind of doing this, and Nautilus is just like, really? Pity you for having to do things in a straight line. I said, no, actually, how would she say it? The men are always wanting to do things in a straight line. Try indirect. And everything grabs.
It's Oya?
So yeah, this is Oya.
Yes.
Everything over there grabs things that so you've got them trying to struggle, like leaves wrapping around and all this other kind of stuff. Nothing really. No, they're not squeezing, constricting, or anything like that. Just definitely making a mess of things. Their general mobility just certainly hampered somewhat. You hear Birthright, you hear Streak, not loud enough for anybody to even hear it. Just go, ooh, freeway.
I love Streak.
So Mitzi, it occurs to you that tactically speaking, you may not need to maintain the moat because nothing's come against this that hard, and it doesn't look like it's going to get to that point. So, You're keeping everybody very safe, but what do you want to do?
I think...
Now that the situation has changed somewhat.
Yeah. Since it does look like it's kind of under control over there.
Okay.
I kind of want to... I'll drop the moat.
Okay.
And also do an elemental awareness.
Ooh.
I want to figure out where the monkeys came from. Like...
All right.
So I think she sees the big boy in the back or whoever, and she's like, "All right, let me in."
You've still got you still got a point for elemental awareness, right?
Yeah, I just took it away because I'm using it right now.
Yeah. Spend 1 burn and mark a condition.
Oh no, I didn't see that one.
That's all right.
I didn't see that one.
That's okay. That's okay.
Well, I'm doing it anyways.
You're doing it anyway. Spend 1 burn, mark a condition. Open your mind to the world around you with your powers. You can ask any one question about the world around you, and the GM will answer honestly. Oh, yes.
GM, where are they coming from so we can know how to go to the source? This is fine.
This is fine.
This is a telepath, fine. Like just doing telepath stuff.
Okay. All right. So you see, so this is it's a flashback kind of a thing. You see Blackbird and Sigrun are out kind of in away from the shore, so like maybe quite far past the city to the west. Okay, so they're out away from the city. They're kind of out over open land, like forest trees, that kind of thing. But there's some roads and things like that. You're never too far away from civilization. And Sigrun is just kind of hanging in midair, up in the sky, about quarter mile, and just kind of sitting there. And suddenly, Blackbird's just suddenly suddenly there and like moving at full speed, and kind of has to pull up and pull back, and you hear her like, "God dang it!" Sarah's like, "Reset again?" Yes. As soon as we get past 50 miles away from that goddamn town, we get reset. Every single time. It doesn't matter altitude, doesn't matter speed. Well, this isn't. I don't know why you're so angry about it. It's the same thing we figured out. Yeah, but we thought with these bracelets that they came up with, we'd be able to figure out whatever nonsense that it's got going on. We can't get anywhere. Right. But again, it's what we were dealing with. I don't know, but I thought I fixed it. I definitely didn't fix it. All right, well, how many more? It's like maybe if we amp up the containment on it, we need to get our signature just not showing up so that but I don't know what signature it's even being read off as. Temporal, I guess. Maybe if what Vigil says is true, it's entirely time based. So I mean, how do you make yourself not show up in a timeline? That seems like a bad thing to want to do. Would you want to try it one more time? Yeah, try it one more time. Well, how many times have we got before we start getting interference? I don't know. It just well, okay, we'll try it one more time, and if we'll try it until we get interference. All right, well, let's both try it this time. All right, and he makes some adjustments, kind of thing, and they go again, and it's dead silence in the space where you're at, like nobody's there. A bird flies by, and then they both come back. It's like, ugh. Well, I don't know what, and right about then you get like shadows falling across like Blackbird's face as she turns around, looks up to the thing, and it's like, son of a, and then the rest of it is them like, it's like, all right, back to the tower before these damn things get, what is it? Why is it? Oh, and they're flying. Sigrun's going full out, Blackbird's not going full out, and it was like, you know what bothers me more about this is like if it was going to be some sort of weird if it's going to be some sort of interference, it's like, why is it always monkeys? And that's like them disappearing back towards the city, tiny little dots, and you see the swarm starting to descend, like this spiraling kind of thing.
Cool.
Wait, not quite done yet.
Oh, you're not done yet? Okay.
Nope.
Cool.
All
right.
Sigrun's was like,
there's a 2-page spread when you turn the page.
I don't know. You don't know. And you and I both know that we're not allowed to ask the kids.
Oh no.
That was basically they said that on the way when they were like.
Yeah, when they're running back. When they're running back. So, what was the condition that you picked up there at the end?
Hopeless.
Hopeless. Yeah. So whatever's going on is not just affecting you guys. It's been noticed, and at least at some level, some people are connecting it to you guys. Some people, the exemplars, or at least some of the exemplars. I like that.
That's great. Love it.
Well, I don't know what that means, but it seems perfect right now.
It's like a shit, like oops.
Okay.
Sorry. Anyway,
I have a lot of thoughts about what just happened, but
do you?
I feel like I shouldn't. I think my thoughts should be filtered through and assess the situation, depending on what Mo, aka Mitzi / Clarity, decides to translate to us.
I think so. This is all. So that's partly like where did they come from kind of thing. What you get from the monkeys is, first of all, like they're yelling at each other and stuff, and they're looking at screens and gesticulating wildly, and with a little bit of like, it starts to make sense. If you've ever seen the 13th Warrior, just take that and speed it up. Like,
or they're sitting around the fire. And
my favorite how I learned your language thing ever.
It's so good.
Yeah, but you get to the point where you're getting what they're saying, and basically it's like, another temporal reset. Well, if it happens again, we know exactly where to go. Whoever's manipulating that, if we can find whoever's triggering that, we should be able to find the damned android. Kill it once and for all and get out of here. If we can't kill it, we'll kill its creator. Oh, no. There it is again. All right, launch the troops. So that's the monkey side of things.
Did I actually go into Blackbird's and the monkey's brains?
Yeah, you got everybody. Do you want to know what anybody else was thinking? Do you want to know what anybody else is thinking? Nautilus is kind of it.
I have a crisp $5 bill that Revenant is thinking. This is what Revenant. I know it. Revenant yanked Sigrid through the portal, and his only thought is, who else could go for some flapjacks right about now?
What? No.
I'm just again spitballing.
You ever seen Invader Zim?
Yes.
Gur is my brain.
Gur is your brain?
As I'm pulling Sigrun through, I'm just like, cupcake. I remember there are cupcakes back in the tower. I gotta survive this fight because I deserve a cupcake.
Why are all the weapons fish? Because I made it myself. Anyway,
make room for my muffin.
Anyway,
you guys forget that I'm not a smart man.
What is? Oh, did you pick up the love rival thing?
Yes.
Who did you pick for the rival?
It might be Wrecker.
Okay,
honestly.
it might be Wrecker.
I didn't choose, but now it's Wrecker.
Sean seems to be 100% on board with it being Wrecker.
Go for it. This is gonna be a disaster, and I'm here for it.
Nothing we've done so far has been a disaster.
Right. It's all gone according to plan.
What is Wrecker thinking right now? Wrecker's thinking right now,
While he's thinking of that, I also need you two as well, since we already know, like, Revenant is cupcakes, so, like... Because I think
there is more to it than just cupcakes, but it's...
all yours then.
Yes.
Apparently, because how this happened, she's getting in everybody's brain by accident.
Okay.
So
if you want me to go first while you're thinking where you want to go.
Well, where I was going with that is him kind of like mentally muttering to himself, "Oh, rebound stopped showing off, so I can finally get some work done." And he hauls back and like goes to throw his hammer, but he hangs on to it, and kind of hurls himself off of the. Where's he at? I don't know where he's at. I think you're over top of him. Mm-hmm. Symbolic, overshadowing him. There he is. All right. Kind of hurls himself out to this point so he can start getting into some mess. But yeah, his thought in there is, the rebound girl has stopped showing off so I can finally do something.
This motherfucker.
I love it.
Who else did you want?
So
all the guys.
Yeah, so my thought right now is cosplaying as Riot Police. I'll show you. I'm gonna do all this, and you're gonna they're gonna kick you off the team, you deadbeat asshole. Won't be laughing when I take your spot.
Cosplaying Riot Police. I like how that stung. I like how that stuck because I was pretty proud of that at the time. So yeah, it's good stuff. What about who Perry? It's all just the math symbols.
Yeah, it's mutter, and math, and
if this happens, Perry runs constant if-thens.
That's exactly what it is. I have multiple simultaneous cores spinning on their own equations. So yeah,
constant if-then statements with no actual anchor points. Like if set empty, then set empty.
I love the no anchor point thing because it just completely.
He's just running them just in case.
I'm picturing like all of the if-then statements in like a flow diagram of like class 4 rapids.
So
his rap name is MC squared.
And Caleb, before you answer, Sigrund is there on the deck. She's okay-ish, but she has definitely been through a fight. So she is scorched. Scorched with blaster fire, some cuts. Wings are a bit of actual wings, bit of a wreck. Tatter here and there. And so, but she kind of skips down. She does not talk like you would expect a Valkyrie to, because if you recall, she got these powers somewhat unexpectedly. At that point in time, had been making a good living as a performative sex worker, which puts her at fun odds with Hecate. So yeah, their idea, they both say women's rights, and then they can proceed to disagree on every detailed bullet point after that, vehemently. So she kind of skids to a stop, is like, Revenant, right? What are you? Yep. What do you? Oh, of course you're here. Okay. And so what? I don't know what you pick up. What does Mitzi pick up off of you from having just pulled?
So
her out of
I pull her through, and she can see the picture of one of the monkeys in her head, and just never again. Ooh, cupcakes. And it's like the most like angry, like, I'm going to teach you all a lesson about hurting people and destroying my city. Only I can do that.
Ooh.
But also cupcakes.
But also
cupcakes. Yeah. That's literally the exact thought, is pure just massive anger. Never again. Ooh, cupcakes.
Oya's thought is that this needs to be tamped down before Transcendent gets involved.
And Nautilus?
Oh, Nautilus. Why is the rum gone? He doesn't have, for all that he involves himself a lot in deep sea adventures, he is himself quite shallow. Yes, I did that.
It was perfect.
Thank you.
Sorry.
No,
Discord is muting the sound effect of my clapping, but I was absolutely applauding that.
That's totally fine. He's yeah.
He can be. As Sigrid comes through, though,
he can be complex. He's not. He is not currently complex. Let's put it that way. Sigrun's over here.
Like as she like comes through though, and like lands, I'm just gonna be like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, I will be. It'll be fine.
Okay.
Okay. Mitzi, you have a whole bunch of information to process there.
Yeah, and just currently no brain space to do it because all the emotions are inflicted on one another, and
You are having all the emotions right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I ask a mechanical question once
yeah.
After that?
Hit
it. Can you burn multiple times in a scene, or is it you burn once per scene?
You can absolutely burn multiple times in a scene because there's a cost every time that you do it.
Got it.
So, I mean, if it were like just do this once per scene and you get these number of blank points, then that's kind of restricted. This is, take whatever, do it. You can do it because it's got an inherent risk that only amps up the more conditions you've got. So you can get yourself in a pretty bad.
Well, your burn, because your burn is actually the more conditions you have, the better it is. The more likely it is you're going to do well.
Yes.
Oh, I've currently got a +3.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Nova's economy is conditions.
That's amazing.
It really is true. That. Yeah. The trick is though, technically having more conditions make it easier to roll the burn, but most of the stuff that you're doing with the burn is causing more conditions. But yeah, it is it is definitely I'm not actually using Nova in my current mass game with my kids. They have a slightly different mechanic for doing this kind of stuff, but it is definitely a thing.
It was mostly just
Ember isn't a Nova? I'm surprised.
Oh, she is. I'm thinking of the one I do with my kids. Ember is absolutely a Nova. Right. Yeah, she messed around with Hero Forge and did a picture of herself holding the fire and looking up like this. And I'm like, who is she? What is she looking at? She goes, the spaceship in orbit that I am about to hit. Because I am 100% tired of this.
I love that.
Yeah. I bought range on my fireball. I don't know. Okay.
I just love that, speaking of D&D analogs, that Oya was basically able to create an entangle spell like the size of 3 city blocks and 50 stories.
Yep.
Tall. That's amazing.
Speaking of destruction, or rather, I don't know.
It'll decompose. It'll be fertilizer for the parkway.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a new park over there, whether we want one or not.
Maybe we could put some nice spotlights pointing up.
If you look at the stuff that's around here, this is, like, in every direction, she's got basically ammunition cunningly arranged around the tower. Okay, Birthright.
What's up?
What, you're in the midst of this hullabaloo. There's vines. Right. There's tentacles. There's anglerfish. There's monkeys.
Okay.
There's all kinds of stuff going on. It's chaotic and messy and crazy. And what you doing about it?
Yeah, is the portal still open?
There is still a portal open, and Blackbird is still kind of in the mix. Certainly.
All right, so I think my thought is going to be to try and maneuver through all of this and kind of tackle Blackbird through the portal.
Awesome. Oh, I love it. I love it. This is, I'm going to say this is definitely a defend then.
I like it. I'm good at that one.
All right. I'm good at that one. Yeah. Yeah, you should really lean into your strength since you've been rolling so poorly.
I was going to say, here comes the support tank, and watch, this is going to be the one I botch.
We shall see. What do we got? Oh, are you fucking with me?
I had to say it.
No.
How much team do we have left?
Not
enough.
Not enough.
We used. Did we use 2? I think we used 2.
Yeah.
Andrew, I think you're muted. I'm not hearing you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we did use 2.
We used 2, so we're down to 2, and that is not enough to get. Wow! Holy buckets! All right. That is.
There's like
yourself earlier, Sean.
There's like some bolt shear happening on the pack that he grabbed.
Don't say that. I will.
I'm just, again, literally my one job is throwing ideas out. I mean, sometimes I do it for you guys. Sometimes I do it. Not that Doyce needs my help.
I enjoy all input.
Right on. And honestly, bolt shear is probably a lot less catastrophic than whatever Doyce is cooking up in the evil recesses of his DM brain.
Yeah.
Sorry, Andrew.
For what?
Sorry. I was literally looking at my name. I have a reminder up in a notepad file that is the width of my screen so that the name tags match with you guys, because that's how my brain works. I occasionally forget. I was literally looking at SEAN and I said Andrew, because even with the help, that's how my brain goes. Anyway.
That's fair.
Hang on, I gotta go look at the thing here. Oh, did you check off instantly, Silas, your thing for the bananas maneuver?
Yes, I did.
Okay. All right.
I'm 1 away. And I've, of course, saved the most interesting one for last.
Yeah. I'm just going to leave that one there for people watching the stream for a second.
How many people are watching? I don't even want to look.
Probably just Will, and he can sit there and laugh at what's about to happen to Sean.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. So, okay, here's the thing. So you see this, and you're like, okay, well, from where I'm at, a big old loop over barrel roll, come at her from the backside, tackle her right through the thing, and
no longer.
Bob's your uncle. It's all taken care of. We're going to get this. Yeah, that'll work. And we're going to get a nice.
Thinking maybe Blackbird just isn't there because her situational awareness, she realizes that she doesn't have to maintain Sigrun's pace anymore.
Yep.
I really should just shut up and stop giving Doyce ideas, huh?
I mean, no. It's fine.
This is fine.
This is fine. There we go. That'll be fine. Whoops. Whoa. Back that up there, big shooter. Let's get him right there in the middle.
Oh, God.
I mean, yeah.
Oh.
Kind of wish it was bolt shear now, don't you?
Oh, shit.
I hate you so much.
John, get back here!
Sean did this to himself.
Is it your goal to get at least one walk-off out of me every session?
I mean, it's kind of... Hey, we've all had walk-offs. It's fine.
I can't gather XP, so I need my little... What did you say before, Frank? Frisson? From the...
I'm sure I mangled the pronunciation.
I take what I can get.
Yeah.
Oh,
Frisson. Man. So, yeah, the reason I did the line like that is because that's like the after image thing. Right? Comes out straight through one of the balls. Basically, all of the floors in the building, as soon as the building was basically put on alert, most of the floors went into lockdown. Big old metal barriers and stuff coming down across, because there's a ton. There's like 23 floors worth of civilians in this thing that like support staff for the exemplars and stuff like that. They all go down to lockdown. All the floors do. So he comes out through one of those at speed. So you're up and above and about doing the flyover thing. And there's this flash. Transcendent standing, hanging, just dead center in the midst of all of this stuff. Some shattered wing pieces falling down from just the blast wave of him coming through there broke a couple of the wings off of some of the monkeys that are in this area. He grabs Blackbird and kind of tosses her backwards through the portal and then claps. Just poof. So am I still on that right? I think I'm on that right.
Oh, he just couldn't let me have it. That's... Mm.
Yeah, we'll just, like... Is a mess.
Joyce, I have to applaud you as a GM for making such a despicable character, because that's not an easy feat. So as a GM, good job.
You gave me this guy. You gave me this guy. So yeah, he basically
is this like a superhero cock block in a way? Like, is it like?
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
To the moon. So it comes in just, and they're like stunned, falling, falling out of the sky.
Dynamite. It's like a dynamite in the lake.
Yeah, kind of.
What happens to me in that situation?
Well, I think you were up and above it. You were up and above like the immediately blast rate. So it probably shook you. Well, it certainly would, because it's not like he can control it that much. There's a lot of glass breaking in these nearby buildings and stuff like that, but it's more like the airwave shock. And you're up above. You weren't like right inside of that thing because you were going up and over for the big, flyover loop-de-loop kind of thing. I feel like you take angry as a condition.
I'm gonna get rid of that real quick. Don't worry. But yeah.
Lash out. So good.
He calls down because Streak had like kind of like the blast of the glass going and stuff like that. You see kind of Streak going up a building ahead of the glass breaking and kind of bailing out at the top of the building and kind of pausing. He's like, "Sorry, Streak. It just seemed like things were getting a little bit too out of hand." Sean, do you have something you need to share with the class?
This motherfucker.
That. Yeah.
Sorry, just that's how I felt.
I feel like you gave me such a gift that I was like, not only can I make this a guy that you don't like.
From a storytelling perspective, chef's kiss.
Yes.
but still very
a guy that everybody can hate. I mean, that is a gift that gives itself.
Yeah.
Whether you want it or not.
All right. Do you have something you would like to say and or do over next to the over in the thing over there? Or not?
In midair, or do we go back?
Well, you could certainly go back to the building. And we could just cut to that bit of everybody kind of.
So yeah, he's really heated. He actually like flies through the portal and like just like rips these wings off and like throws them and turns around and is literally just like waiting for Transcendent to come back.
So of course he comes down like slow with the little like settling the 1 foot down onto the thing. He's not got his arms out like that. That's just me being a jackass, not technically him being a jackass. So he's actually got his hands behind his back. That may be worse.
Yeah,
God, so every single one of you wants to kill him right now. I'm looking at the faces of like Andrew's. I
mean, Morgan does. Mitzi's a little busy up there, like
but
processing.
Mitzi's got a lot of processing.
As soon as he lands, Birthright just runs up to him and just starts like wailing into his chest, like, you couldn't let me have it! You couldn't just let me have this one thing! And he's hitting him so hard that his gloves are like starting to tear, and like you can see his knuckles are starting to like bleed, even though it's like not even phasing Transcendent. Like when Red Rush is punching Omni-Man, and basically he's breaking his own hands on Transcendent's chest from punching him so hard because he's so mad.
As he's doing that, I'm just gonna yell, whoa, Birthright. You did this for me. Come back to me.
I can't decide if that's a comfort and support or a provoke. What is it gonna take, Sean? Do you think? I asked the player.
Like -2, so.
Well, he's hurting himself and he's breaking his hands,
yeah,
which I would think are pretty important.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And we actually get another one of these flashbacks here where from the training thing where you took that shot where you kind of like theoretically eyed the cinder block wall, and we're seeing you go into Transcendent and hit these things, and your gloves are coming apart. We're seeing you go at the cinder block wall and seeing cracks. So we're like, ugh, and we're seeing this thing, and you swing at the wall, and there's a crack, and we see you swing at Transcendent, and your glove comes apart, and we see you swing at the wall, and there's a crack, and it expands, and we see you swing at Transcendent, and you see like something go wrong with the fingers and the hands in there. So we both see that the power level has come up considerably for Birthright, that there's power there. Generally speaking, people can punch a thing hard enough to hurt themselves, but what you're doing is more than you ought to be doing. But we also see like Transcendent in juxtaposition to that wall. And what his effect level is, which, as you say, not much. Although he is looking down, he does look. He doesn't look concerned. He looks. If anybody is looking at this guy, like a Pierce the Mask would be entirely relevant, but I don't think Birthright's getting a read off of him right now because that's just happening. Yeah. But he has this look on his face like he's reading a crap table. Like he's not, or a poker table or something like that. Like he's reading all the stuff. He's looking at all the information. It's just information. He's not seeing this kid beat himself bloody against his chest. He's looking at like the amount of kinetic energy being generated per punch and how that stacks. Right. You can absolutely clear angry because you're breaking something important. I will say, for the record, most people don't select me, like, or pieces of me as their option. So that's a new one. Good job. Exploring new ground. I don't know. I mean, do you exhaust yourself from just the pain of it, or how far do you go with this thing, or does Caleb trying to stop you?
I mean, I feel like Caleb could roll a comfort and support to try and stop me.
Comfort and support, maybe. I mean, it's going to be awful, but we can give it a shot.
It's a -3.
Fantastic. We love that.
Holy crap.
It may.
None.
Okay.
Is it? Do I get a bonus because I have influence, right? I get a +1.
You get a +1. That gets you
-2.
So since it's so bad, I feel like probably so blind with rage he would like throw an elbow backwards and hit Caleb.
Possibly.
I'm gonna take I'm gonna get a because I'm gonna take my mask off and like run over. I'm gonna get a broken nose out of this. Jeez. And that's fine. Like
I know that you guys. I know you guys think that I am awful and a horrible, mean person. You have no idea how uncomfortable this kind of scene makes me. And at the same time, it's like,
yeah,
It's good, but like also like ooh.
It's so good.
I've been there where I have villains that are like so good that like it's torturing the players, and like as a friend of the players, it's like, oh, this sucks, but it's such a good story out of it.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, like, see, this is what I want to get like green cards for us. So like when the characters are in tough situations, but the players are fine, we can put the green card up and just be like, no, we're good. Like me as a person, I'm good. We can keep going.
Also,
the character's just
like,
angry.
Instead of using colors, we can also use like the N, Y's, O's, and like O means go.
Yeah. I like it. All right. In any case, thank you.
So yes, O all the way.
Thanks for the instantaneous check-in, Caleb. Let's have a cover and support and see how this shakes out.
So I.
I
get to mark potential at least.
Oh, I thought the -2 was your roll. I'm sorry, but.
No, he rolled. Wait, that's not right though. Okay, we're within bounds here because it's a negative. You didn't do the +1 that you did for the ends.
Yeah.
All right. So what it is a 5. If the other 2 of you pile in on this, and essentially as a group gang tackle him, it's half tackle, half hug. You can push it to a 7, burning all the team. Or something, whatever. What are you thinking? Unless you don't want to. Unless Mitzi can't.
I don't know if Mitzi can right now, honestly. I don't know if she's there. Because I think she's still floating there, but she's not paying attention. She's just like in her... Like, it's like she's just staring into space, and you can't see her pupils or anything because it's all purple. And, yeah...
The only thing I could think of that would do anything like this, and this is fraught because you're talking about a lot of different, another role potentially going wrong, is having somebody literally provoke you to snap you out of it. You know, literally shouting, "Clarity! Help!" You know, as they're like trying to get their freaking mitts on.
I'm down to yell it. Let's mess me up all day. Yeah.
Okay, I'm leaving the comfort and support to itself for a second while we figure out this other bit, which is, can we snap Clarity out of it? We need all the teams, so the team is whatever. We'll figure that out in a second. Provoke. Oh my God, Caleb, you are the one person who's trying to hold it all together and just can't.
I'm trying. I'm sorry.
It's so good. You're doing your best. I hope your dice are hot because you're rolling -4 on this.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. What am I rolling?
Provoke.
Superior?
It's superior, which is a -2.
He does have a +1 on me.
Oh, so there you go. So remember, when it asks you for your modifier, put in a 1.
Okay, so it's only a -3.
It's only a -3. It could happen.
I'm not even going to look. I'm going to close my eyes and roll this.
Oh my God, another...
No joy.
No joy.
No joy.
Okay.
What
all right.
is wrong?
You've got a -4. It is -3. It's very hard to pull out of that. All right, let's sort out what's going on here because none of it is great. Except potentially very rich story fuel.
There's always that.
Do I yell Clarity and then get elbowed in the face and knocked out?
What is Perry doing right now?
I kind of like that actually.
I mean, I feel like if anything is gonna snap Perry out of his, anchorless if then statement whirlpool,
it's all of this.
It's gonna be Revenant getting knocked the fuck out. So.
This is what's cool, awesome.
I mean, because then I can I can jump in with my own provoke or whatever it needs to happen. So
at that point, we wouldn't be able to. I'm gonna be unconscious. It's gonna be.
Poor guy was pulling the team together this whole time, and now he gets walked in the face.
I mean,
dude,
leader is a tough position.
Oh.
So I run up and try and grab you from behind, and as you go, you just block me, and I just hit the ground.
All right, so Caleb.
Yeah. Am I going to take a powerful blow?
I think I'm going to have you take a powerful blow because we'll see how that goes. So that's you rolling conditions.
Is that a plus?
What's that?
3 or 4?
This is before it's +3 because he hasn't taken any of the other conditions yet. So he's shouting at that, and he's taken that, like, this kind of thing. He's shouting up at Clarity. So roll your conditions on that. We'll see how horrible that is. When you thought you were going to hurt something to get rid of your anger condition, you didn't think it was going to be Caleb.
Oh, thank goodness.
That's actually good, though.
Oh, thank goodness.
I will say, for the record, that's 3 potential you picked up in one.
Oh, no, it's the 3 plus potentially even more than that.
Oh, yeah. So,
oh God.
All right, so you take the shot to the face, literally blood just running down, swollen nose instantaneously.
Does now Perry pay attention? Like,
oh yeah,
Perry, Vigil stalks past you.
Because this is the pay more attention to your friends.
Yeah, stalks past you every time.
Yep. God damn it.
And
all right.
Walks up to your friends and does something with their hands that it doesn't exactly knock either one of them out, but it stuns them.
It's like a Vulcan brain pinch.
Right.
Yeah.
So Caleb sort of stumbles back a little bit because he's still standing. Birthright starts to go down, and Vigil kind of helps Birthright kind of sit just a little bit. While because you're suddenly your ears are ringing, and you're kind of like just there, Birthright. You're just kind of there, kind of a little bit, dodgeball to the face kind of moment while you're just kind of like, ugh. And you hear Vigil say, "If you're not going to help, leave." I just thought they'd be stronger, and he kind of takes off the deck.
What a dick.
Did Transcendent say that?
Yeah, Transcendent said that.
Okay, so Transcendent says that as he leaves, and be like, then next time show up so we don't have to fucking take care of your goddamn mess. We're protecting your tower. No.
Are you unconscious?
No, he said it was.
He like stumbled back, so he's like saying this through like a bloody mouth.
I am going off on Transcendent. Take care of your own fucking mess. We're a bunch of teenagers out here trying to save your team.
Nautilus,
your own people, or fucking get out.
Nautilus literally like kind of tackles you about halfway through that. The guy trying to keep his friend out of the fight, kind of a thing. Like literally, like kid.
He does that. I'm like, tell me I'm wrong.
All right, so Perry's processing all of this. I want to make sure that we were trying to get a hold of Clarity to help with Birthright.
Clarity hasn't even
needs help, right?
Yeah, well, Birthright's
He's going to land and be like, what did I miss?
Yeah, Birthright's sitting. Vigil is kneeling next to him. Nautilus is like trying to push Revenant out of the mosh pit that he's trying to create with Transcendent.
Like, don't touch that stove, kid. Yeah.
And Mitzi is like, Clarity is still hanging in midair, like not like this kind of thing, but just kind of just there, like arms hanging, legs hanging, just kind of like holding.
Not even really moving.
Yeah. She's got her power signature around, so she's doing something, but she's. And she's not even that far off the ground. She's like maybe 5 feet off the ground. She's not like way up or anything like that, but she's like, I would say Clarity has sort of a habit of like sort of lifting herself as she activates powers. Like just being up is part of the.
I would say she was probably higher, but because
you want to be
brain snapping.
Yeah, you might be drifting.
It did sink her a bit. It made her sink just a little bit. Like.
So. Perry, what are you doing?
It's assess that lets me ask who needs the most help right now, right? Because I feel like I feel like I could, because I vaguely recall you saying even if the answer is obvious, ask the question because you get
the bonus. Yep, absolutely. Right. Yeah, you can do an assess. That makes perfect sense. Mitzi, you have a take a powerful blow waiting for you.
I know, I'm waiting.
Yeah,
I'm waiting.
It's for later when you realize that Caleb called for help and you didn't do anything.
Oh no!
Where he was like, yeah. So yeah,
Caleb's 4.
Caleb's second 4 is landing on you. So.
Oh no! I'm sorry. I didn't mean for that.
See, and that is why you do that, because that now I've managed to hit both of you, but only one of you mechanically. Andrew. It's a soft landing.
I've gotten a bunch of potential this match, like this session, though. Like
pain is very educational in this game.
So,
Birthright, do you feel like you've grown as a person?
I don't want to talk about it.
For the record, I'm hitting superior, and I'm adding
1 for the bond.
Mm-hmm.
For the influence. Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Do the thing.
Yay.
Okay, nice. All right, so I believe that's ask one question. Who here is what in the most danger, or whichever one you go with there.
Yeah.
What you're going to use to, who is here the biggest, or who here is in the greatest danger? What here or who here?
I'm thinking who, because what's can be replaced.
Yeah, who. Who here is in the greatest danger? I'm actually going to go right now. We've got Nautilus taking care of Vigil's. It depends on how you see Vigil. But
I feel like
Vigil's not a threat. Vigil's
Vigil perceives time and is on my side in a good way. Dr. Infinity perceives time, not that they're here right now, but Dr. Infinity perceives time and not necessarily in parallel with my goals. So I would, of those two entities, I perceive Vigil as much more on my side, and especially considering the, hey, pull your socks up, kid, old man.
I want, this is going to be one of those panels that comes back later. I just want everyone to remember that Perry said Dr. Infinity perceives time sort of like I do, but not in alignment with my own goals. That will come back up. I'm just.
We'll clip that.
I was say if that hasn't already occurred to anybody, I don't know why.
We're gonna clip that. All right, so.
Awesome.
So, if you're asking who here is in the greatest danger right now, because of what other things are happening, it's probably Mitzi. Because while you can get lost in your own head, she's lost in everybody's heads right now.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I need to yank her out of the matrix.
If you can. So that is.
Is that a provoke to get her out of that?
It certainly can be. And for you, maybe the best thing is like you can just sort of calculatingly say the thing that's going to snap her out of it.
Right.
It's not necessarily a nice thing. It's not, it's like, it's not like, come on back to us. Come on, come into the group hug. It's the thing that snaps her out of it.
Yeah. So I'm going to, she's far enough above me that I don't think I can necessarily shout to her, but I'm definitely, and we don't have.
You guys are all still in the link. No, you're still in the link.
Okay.
Yeah, you can get her. You can get her. Get a message.
And I'm just going to.
Oh, thank goodness I made it as a little beacon where I turn on and off, because if it was on right now, oh boy.
Yeah, we'd all be lost. We'd all be wandering in the mists.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna flash what Perry imagines to be the crystal clear image of Abuela's most disappointed and sad face.
Ooh.
And just kind of like,
ooh, damn, man. Well, okay.
I mean, big nails require big hammers.
If it works, it's awesome. If it isn't, it's like I'm going to do something that will either fix everything or cause a traumatic experience.
I mean, this could break the group or it could bring her back. So,
Fix the problem, PTSD.
Right.
I mean, they're really two sides of the same coin.
Now, for this superior role,
you're rolling. Yeah.
Did I already use the influence on the assess, or do I use it again?
Influence is not a general. How should I put this? Influence occasionally gets used up. It does not always get used up for these kinds of bonuses. It exists as sort of a flap. When you want to do things like, I don't want to take this condition, I'm going to say something mean, so they take it and I don't, then that burns it. Things like this. Provoke this.
But I guess so. It's not going away, and I'm also not getting the modifier for it.
No, you get the modifier.
So then I would be
when it asks for the temporary modifier, you add 1. Yeah.
Okay.
So you're rolling superior.
And then 1 because I did the assess prior. So
yes.
Total
so you get total plus 2, which is good because you are guilty. So you're not necessarily.
Yeah, I just want to balance that. This is basically just balancing that out, so it becomes basically a straight superior roll at this point.
Yeah. So it's superior.
Okay.
Plus 2.
All right. Baby needs a new pair of shoes.
That is a lot.
Oh, yes.
That's very good.
Thank God.
That's a good. That's a good roll.
This is gonna hurt you a lot more than it's gonna hurt me.
So it's if we've talked about provoke in the past. Basically, it's like, okay, there's a penalty if you don't listen to Perry, and there's a bonus if you do listen to Perry. So he gets both of those.
I can't take the negative due to the fact I don't have any negative to give.
The provoke is.
If they don't do it, they mark a condition.
Oh yeah, I mean if you don't,
I kind of have to because I don't have any other.
If you have to mark a condition and you don't have any conditions left to mark, you're essentially taken out. Like you have the taken out option from you flee, you pass out, you something. If you go that route, so yeah, it snaps you out of it enough for you to go and you whatever, or you literally swoon, something like that. That would be what taking a condition in this situation would look like, because your conditions are maxed. If you need to take them when you can't, that's what happens. But listening to him,
it definitely connects. And
in just the right way, I'll say this, because this is a hell of a needle to thread. Sad Abuela face could go wrong in so many ways, and in this case, it's rather than being a punch in the stomach or a slap in the face, it's a glass of cold water, which, while a shock, is not as harsh or something.
Yeah. I think with that, her eyes go back to normal, and she just falls from the sky, and does tries to do a 3-point landing, and
With the 13, I will say that Perry was ready for that, and he was there for you.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily I am a totally, supportive, caring teammate, but
no, it's not Perry physically catching you, because that's not how Perry's built. It's a series of quick little portals, like when you're falling off a building and all the little awnings slow you down. It's just like
you really need to watch. You need to start binge watching Wakfu. Anyway, there's one of the people in there has portals that they use that would give you some lovely
yeah. I've been meaning to. You hipped me to that in the early days of this, and I have yet to make good on it.
It's a fun French anime. It's good stuff. Anyway,
and I think she's grabbing her head and slowly stands up, and she's like, and then she sees the chaos of Caleb's bloody nose and Birthright. Silas is just sitting there, and she's like, "What happened?"
Okay.
Everything.
I feel so bad about having her roll a take a powerful blow right now. I really, really do.
Do it. Let's do it.
All right.
What?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Because it all comes home, all the stuff that she was zoned out to do.
Well, I was gonna make like if you were literally gonna go with the like when I called out for help, that's what it was. You could save it till I mention it to her that happened.
I like her remembering
it all right now.
I love her replaying it all right now and seeing it.
Oh God. Okay. Please don't die.
Oh no, I didn't do it.
Oh.
Any reroll?
Yeah.
That's weird.
It hangs sometimes. It does that sometimes. I don't know why. So, ooh. Now might be the time of swooning. Oh,
buddy. Buddy.
Hey, I rolled good. Oh wait.
It's easy to roll a 10 when you're adding 5. Oh wait, 4. Only 4? You only have 4?
I'm adding 5.
What did it do?
Why is it not taking all my
But again, this is the roll where it's effectively dice rolling against you, though.
Yeah. That's weird.
I rolled well. It's not well.
That's weird that it didn't. I'm just gonna hit this
Timing.
for the sake of. I'm just curious about something. That's only adding 4. It did it wrong. That is weird. In any case, it's high.
Yeah.
It helped you. It was the roll 20 felt bad.
Yeah. It's like, oh, let's not hit her with everything. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so the take a powerful blow, 10 plus, remove yourself from the situation, flee, pass out, that kind of thing. You lose control of yourself and your powers in a terrible way. I could see it. It's a lot right now.
It is a lot right now, but I could see it too.
It may be.
It might be too much. It might be.
I can see her just like flipping out and just running though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like tears in her face, and then she just flies away.
Yeah.
That's.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, I think I might do that. Oh,
that hurts my heart.
Are you happy? Are you?
Who are you talking to? Because no.
No one's happy.
Yeah, I think she like pauses and looks around and sees like Caleb with a bloody nose, and then like looks at Perry, who's like probably frazzled, which is
all right.
A constant state of him, but like not like the more frazzled than usual.
Perry's a little extra fuzzy right now.
And then looks at Silas, and then like just.
Before I'm going to do it now, so we have it down for the next episode, but next session. But clear afraid for running from something difficult.
Yes.
Because that does clear afraid at least, but not right now.
Well, that's good.
Not right. Yay! Hooray! Yay!
And I think she looks around and she's like takes like a half step back and she's like, oh my God, I am so sorry. I didn't know. And like she's looking at Silas when she says this. And she looks at like Caleb and then like Perry and she's like, no, I could have helped so much more and like it's all my fault and like she's just starting to glow now. Like the whole purple is like her whole body's becoming purple, not just her eyes. And her body's shaking and she just shoots up and flies off like.
And the last.
I mean, well, kinda, yeah.
That's a great purple. Final frame. Yeah,
it really is.
The last shot in the. Where's your purple? The last shot in the comic is like the high shot of the city, and the trailing purple light of Mitzi flying away and all these little people up on the top of the tower in various states of disarray and stuff like that as she's flying off and away from the tower with this purple glow trailing behind her.
Jeez.
Oh, guys.
Did you get your fight that y'all wanted?
That was so bad and so good at the same time.
You kidding me? I had so much fun. Like as a player, I enjoyed that immensely because it's just so good. It was so good.
I'm glad. Oh,
oof.
I'm.
Oh no! It hurt. There's a tightness in the chest from this.
For sure.
So much. I'm taking. Well, I made a note to myself for reasons to kind of go back and look at where you guys have had your sixes, like your big failures,
Mm-hmm.
the big misses. I shouldn't say failures, big misses. And I thought the only way I'm going to be able to remember this is if I go back and watch the games and look at those. I don't know if I can go through all that again. That's a lot. It's painful.
Yeah.
I tried, but we're
But it
really
was
shitty
so good.
superheroes.
Bit of a ringer.
I mean, I love every single one of the scenes. That was rough.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree that was a journey. I'm gonna say before we go around the band, I will call out first of all, Mitzi, the backing away with the tears and the sort of stammered apology thing, but the screaming while you're punching fucking Transcendent. God damn, man. That's
not at all drawn from any kind of personal experience or anything.
That was
nope.
No, not at all.
I'm glad that we can all be here for everybody to work out their shit.
Right.
Something about playing teens, man. Lets you uncork some stuff that.
Yeah.
Cathartic.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, I get to be somebody who doesn't know how to take responsibility for their emotions? What?
Right?
And not have it hurt anybody who exists?
Right.
Like, yeah.
Body Eating Monster Hearts is my favorite, like, PPTA game. Like,
I mean, yeah.
we'll talk about Monster Hearts later.
I always wanted to play Monster Hearts with my regular group that played on Thursdays, but they weren't. That wouldn't have been again. It would ever work for them. All right. Right.
We're definitely gonna need a debrief after this. So like,
I'm sorry about bringing Abuela into it, but you were the only one by that point that hadn't had an adult stomp on their neck yet. So
that was literally the most emotionally taxing game I've ever played ever.
Oof.
Which one? This one?
This one. This session we just played. Yeah.
Yikes. That's good stuff. All right. We're gonna start with Caleb. We're going to start with closer to the team, further away from the team, more into your own image of yourself. Right? Look on your face.
Come back to me on that?
What's that?
Can you come back to me on that?
Yeah, I can absolutely do that. Perry.
I have to think.
Closer to the team, further away from the team, more into your own image of yourself. I'll remind you, if you do the more into your own image of yourself, you slide labels. You move one up, one down.
Right. And I mean,
Thank you, Will, by the way. Thank you, Will. That's really kind.
Okay. I feel like the 1-2 punch of, I mean, yes, we did amazing shit as a team, but then I got the 1-2 punch of Vigil mentally slapping me upside the head again, and then hitting Mitzi the way I did.
Yeah, the way that you had what you had to do there.
Yeah, that's
harsh.
So there's no way that I'm closer to the team because of that. Like, she just fled, and it was because of me. So I got to think about that.
Oh no, Perry!
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that. Oh, bud.
So what do you think?
Yeah, I think I have to do some self-reflection. I think I'm into myself a little bit right now.
All right. So move one label up, one label down.
Right.
Mitzi?
Since she's
Clarity?
like, was at the time 5 conditions deep and then missed everything that happened and then got water thrown in her face by a teammate to snap her out of like whatever the fuck her brain was doing, and then she fled away from it.
Yeah.
Maybe further away from the team. Like,
I mean, it would be fair. Yeah, first of all, it's just a question of whom, right?
Yeah.
Who do you take influence away from? It's weird because who has influence over you? Who doesn't have, who raise your hand if you've got influence over Clarity?
I think everybody does.
So.
Everybody does. So you can pretty much pick at will from any of those folks. Because you don't take your influence away over them, they take theirs away over you.
I'm trying to think. It could be Perry because he's the one that snapped her out of it.
Yeah.
It could be Caleb because he's the one that led the team.
Not so much like not wanting to listen to Perry as much as like I feel like now because of that little shot to the face, I've got to kind of keep my guard up a little bit around him, you know?
Yeah.
That tracks. That tracks.
Yeah, let's see Perry.
All right, that works. I love it. I
So
hate it. I hate love it.
I take her off of my
influence list. Correct.
Override.
Birthright.
Yeah, definitely further away from the team. Just mainly because I feel like he realizes he was acting selfishly and is now frustrated with himself. And I feel like
it did kind of shake out that way, didn't it? Like,
yeah.
Oh.
And so now I think that he's taking influence away from Revenant, because I think that because he wasn't focused, he wasn't listening to him as a leader, which sucks.
And can I just say that the teen angst of like I wasn't listening to him enough, so I'm going to do this thing that makes me listen to him less, is like such a double down, such an emotional double down that it doesn't where the person doing it doesn't even realize the irony.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
But on the plus side, I do have 5 potential, and so for an advancement, I think I'm going to borrow from the protege and take venting frustration because that seems appropriate.
What's that? What's that one? If you guys do these, please make sure and remember to add the move in. Or if you're Frank, in the example thing from Perry for the last one, there is a thing in the bottom left-hand corner.
I just realized I typoed that fairly hilariously.
Rearrange labels and ass 1.
I do have a bit of a question on that. It says when you directly engage while you're angry, you can roll plus the label your mentor denies and clear angry. So that might not work.
Yeah, that might not work. You might not be able to grab that. Some of those don't copy over.
Yeah, I've got it. That's right, because he doesn't actually technically have a mentor, but I have a backup for that.
If you want something for like being more effective with directly engage when you're angry, look at Bull's got something like that.
Okay.
I can't remember what it's called.
I was also looking at Game Face from the Janus because he is trying to be like the step in and protect everybody guy.
Yeah.
The Bull is called Thick and Thin Skinned. Whenever you have angry marked, take +1 ongoing to unleash your powers.
Oh, unleash your powers. That's not what I wanted.
In a China shop, which is when you directly engage.
I have a list of moves from other playbooks I might want to take, and the one I think that I have down for Bull is there when it matters, because I think that kind of fits with
his I have that
general thing.
It's always good. That's good too.
But
you could also get punched everyone.
I would say there when it matters just tracks thematically with you too, as far as rebelling against.
Coordinate with that a little bit because I think Caleb has that move.
Also. I was gonna say, well, if you have that one, I'm gonna go with Game Face because I think that's a good one that also fits.
What is it?
It's Game Face. It's from the Janus. It's when you commit yourself to save someone or defeat a terrible enemy, mark a condition, and take +1 ongoing to all rolls in direct pursuit of that goal.
That is badass. That is
nice.
Take a condition, but +1 ongoing is literally like anything that you're doing pursuing.
It's 100%. Yeah, that's 100% like the Spider-Man move of just like he snaps into it and he's ready to save Mary Jane. So I like that.
Yeah, as long as he's rocking guilty the entire time.
Of course, has to.
Okay. All right. So that's cool. Just track that on the left to make sure you get the move in and stuff like that. And we're going to loop back around to Caleb and find out what he wanted to do for his thing.
Sorry, I had to really think about that because that is all 3 options like make some kind of sense because I finally stood up as a leader and like took control and like took charge and like. So I feel closer to the team, but then it all came crashing down and it was under my helm. And every time I take the helm, something terrible happens.
We didn't slide a bus through a portal this time. So
I just destroyed a bunch of buildings, caused Mitzi to go crazy. You had to save a bunch of people and do that. Birthright was... I couldn't get Birthright to do these badass things that he's been trying to do. I couldn't help him do that. I'm further from the team.
All right. Take away somebody's tell
further
somebody
from the team.
Tell somebody that they lose influence.
Who has influence over me?
I do.
And Perry.
I actually don't think I do.
You don't. I think we already mentioned that you didn't have it, so it's the two. It's Perry and Birthright. And instantly, Birthright rode an anglerfish into combat. So the fact that you think that you didn't help him when you clearly did facilitate that is totally wrong. But it's fine, but wrong.
Feelings lie. So
feelings lie.
Exactly. I didn't say I was right. I just said that's how I feel.
I love that we know that.
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
It's like when you're watching like those like cheesy dramas and like they're not getting on and you're just yelling at the TV like just talk it out. Like that's what we as the players are doing to our characters.
Yep.
So because I didn't see a whole lot of what Perry was doing during that whole fight.
That's fair.
I just feel like I'm sorry. I didn't know what you were doing. So
Perry loses.
Close the flipping portal for you.
Perry loses a lot of influence this session. That's okay.
I'm sorry. I still love you, Perry.
You get it back. It'll all come back. It'll be fine.
I do have one other question.
Yes, sir.
So I need to ask this. Do we get closer to the beating my Doom Nemesis thing?
Your Doom presented itself and things happened with it this session because scary mom hand on the shoulder type thing.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I have officially gained a full level in this one session.
No. You addressed it. You don't need to add another checkbox is what I'm saying.
Choose potential. So I mark potential or Doom track. So if it's a yes, if we made progress towards it, then I mark potential.
Nice.
If it's a no, I mark the Doom track.
All right. Then mark potential and yeah.
So I've gotten a full advancement from just this session.
Wow. That's a good session. That's a bad session.
Yes. I already know exactly which move I'm gonna take a move from another playbook, and I'm taking In a China Shop from the Bull playbook. When you directly engage a threat, you can cause significant collateral damage to your environment to choose an additional option, even on a miss.
That kind of tracks.
It doesn't seem like any way that could go wrong.
No, it's not like I didn't just destroy a bunch of buildings in downtown Halcyon City.
Arguably, you didn't do nearly the damage that Transcendent did, and I think with some creative editing, we can pin all of it on him.
I mean, yeah.
That's fair.
All right, so
fuck that guy.
any debrief anybody wants to cover on this before we
not on camera.
Not on camera?
Yeah,
okay.
camera, that's fair.
So not to freeze anybody out of this, but we're gonna stop now and just but thanks for Will, certainly. You're a champ.
Thanks, Will.
Hanging out with
Thanks,
us.
Will.
And
thanks, Will.
Yeah. Good game, bad game. Good game, bad game.
It's a very good bad